Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Rolls to Astonish. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, hold on. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Rolls to Astonish, where we are checking out a new game today. I'm your host, Steven, and joining me today is the creator of Newtonium Engine, which will be the system that we're checking out today, Ben.
Hello.
He will be our GM today. And I'm also joined by R.A. Dead and Coffee Lich.
Hello.
So we're gonna get started here. Ben, do you want to tell us a little bit about Newtonium Engine before we get going?
Yep, sure. So Newtonium Engine is it's a completely original game with its own system. It's kind of like a superpowers, post-humanist setting, alternative history, setting about 1754 is the sort of the title period. If you know your history, is just the dawn of the 7 Years' War, which was this big sort of global war that had lots of different battles going on. In the States, you probably know it as the French and Indian War, but then there's also, there was battles in colonial territories in India, in what's now Indonesia. There was, battles on mainland Europe as well. So it's this really kind of interesting historical period. And into this, the alternative history is kind of a bit of magic and a bit of kind of clockwork technology thrown in. And the players are all what are known as augmented humans. So these are people who have a special clockwork Newtonium engine, or Newtonium motor, which has been grafted to their one of their kind of four organs that simulate the different humours of the body that were believed to be so important in 18th century and earlier theories of medicine and temperament and all sorts of things like that. So it's really kind of tied in with that, and that's all tied in with the mechanics of how the game works as well. And we are going to set the game in Batavia, which is the capital of the Dutch East Indies. It's like a big sort of fairly large, important trading post. It's what is now Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia. But in this time, it was this trading post run by the Dutch East India Company, which were at that time this massive, huge, powerful, rich organisation that basically was like the most wealthy company in the world at the time, the world's first kind of global corporation. And Batavia is their kind of place, but there's a lot of kind of perhaps kind of unsavoury things from history going on. There's kind of a lot of sort of racial segregation in the city. There's slavery is present as well. So there's kind of, there's some of the darker elements of history. But the kind of characters are kind of considered to be heroes, and we want people to be kind of sort of like fighting against those and breaking those sort of ideas as well. So that's just a quick sort of introduction. Is now go through your characters then and give a little bit of an introduction to those?
Who wants to go first?
So, my character's Dirk. I completely didn't get a last name in there because, yeah. So, I am the son of a Dutch trader and a Javanese woman, which in the lore is common. Dutch traders take wives and have kids and use kids to take care of their property. My mom was killed during a mugging, and I have the, let's say, burning desire to see the city burn.
Yeah, because that's one of the aspects of the game is that these different Newtonian motors that you've got give you powers over the four kind of classical elements. And so one of them will give you power over fire, and I believe that's kind of one of the things that Dirk's character specialised in.
You go next, if you like.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Alright, it's funny you say that we're playing heroes, because I'm kind of playing a character that is mostly basically a villain, but can kind of be tricked into heroism from time to time. Her name is Rio Barboza. She is connected with some kind of organization. I've listed them as just the bank. And her job is to politely remind people of their debts and make sure they have a daily reminder in some way. So she's a bit of a hunter, definitely someone that's not great to come across in most common situations. She technically has power over water, although I've not put a lot of points into that. You'll mostly be seeing her physical abilities.
Right. My character's name is Samantha Cross. She is part of a Dutch merchant family that has been quite successful, and she's kind of one of those rich yet bored girls. So she's determined to find adventure and fun in any way, shape, or form she can, to just sort of pass the time and find and basically just not be just wallowing behind a desk or doing paperwork or whatever with trading. So she goes out and about and does stuff, and has found her way here, thinking that there might be some sort of adventure or other trouble she could get into.
Right. So, sort of, because this is just a one shot, to sort of round things out a bit, and just to give like an easy sort of in and connection between you all, because you've got these Newtonian motors.
Yes.
They're actually something that there's one kind of secret society called the Society. That kind of has a monopoly on that technology. You are, to some extent, owe them a certain amount of favours for the fact that you have. I want to treat that as like something that you actually, appreciate, or something that is just like a bit of a forced obligation upon you. Is entirely up to you. I liked the idea. Coffee Rich's idea about Rio and this sort of mysterious organisation called the Bank. So what I'm going to say is, for today, the Bank are actually a kind of a subsection of the Society, and they are sort of a group that kind of calls in the debts that the Society has to people. So you're kind of a bit of a sort of bounty hunter / insurance investigator or something like that, maybe, is the sorts of things that you'll be sent to do by them. So what I think's probably happened is, so Dirk is a kind of a Batavian resident, so he's probably been here a bit longer, and he's been asked, as you've come into the city, you've maybe sort of been connected up with Dirk to act as a bit of a guide for you as a local expert, maybe Samantha's possibly somebody that you've met on the journey over here, and because you've both got these Newtonian motors and have this sort of passing interest in the Society, and because she's, as Stephen was saying, is on the lookout for adventure, she's maybe to tag along and see if she can get herself into a bit of trouble with you, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, does that sound okay for Dirk as well? Okay. So, right, Rio.
right.
What Rio's been sent to sort of find out about is there's been a batch of Newtonium has gone missing from the society's thing. Now, Newtonium is the big sort of part of the technology that it's this kind of alloy that that has these kind of supernatural and magical properties, and it's the key component in making all of the different clockwork technology that there is within the game. So they guard it quite jealously, and yeah, they're not they're keen to sort of like make sure that they know what time, so to speak. So having a big batch of it going missing is something of a problem for them. Now, this is so the information is that you have got is that the person the bank suspects as having been involved in this is sorry, the name yes, is a a Dutch noblewoman who's also a kind of a has a savant motor, so that's a motor that gives her enhanced sort of reason powers and water control and things like that, called Lydia Overgaard. But you also found that before she had her motor grafted, she was married to a Batavian plantation owner known as called, sorry, rather than known as, this is his actual name, called Victor Dentarg. Okay, and so basically you've come to the city to try and investigate and see what might be going on and where she might be. You've done some initial investigations already into Victor Dentarg, and found that he doesn't seem to have any kind of connection to her currently. As far as he knows, she's dead, which is one of the things that happened when she went off to join the society, because he's connected to the Dutch East India Company. They weren't keen on keeping that, and so she kind of faked the death, and so that she could go and join the society and things like that. So so you've kind of ruled him out for now as somebody that you would kind of to particularly kind of investigate, and then like the three of you have got together, maybe a tavern perhaps, to sort of like discuss your next steps and your next places to go about and investigate. And I have just remembered that I've forgotten to save one of the maps into this Roll20, so bear with me so to just dig that out and get it saved up as well. Sorry about this. It'll be alright to edit this out.
That's no problem.
It's fine.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Probably saved it.
Kids are loud.
Okay.
Hear you now.
We good?
I'm just trying to find the file, sorry, I don't know where I saved it to.
Just trying to avoid too much dead air.
Sorry.
A little bit like during this.
So, so anybody want to talk about what abilities their characters have while we're waiting?
There is, when I can get this map done,
Oh,
I
Lord.
have to hit you in the face, so.
I was wondering, did you guys actually read my sheet when I posted it?
No.
Sorry.
Okay, so I have two self buffs. One is focused on defense and movement. One is focused on attack and movement. And they both last for a full scene. And then I have one AoE 45-foot cone
Okay.
that lasts for a round and causes difficult terrain. And then one that hits 16 individual targets and lasts for a scene.
Jesus.
The magic. It's good
Yep.
though.
And I'm also good with melee.
Nice.
Yeah, I kind of went in the opposite direction of you. I didn't really do anything with my elemental stuff.
Yep.
And I went all in on my augmented abilities. So like I've got a lot of talents. Like I've got the ability to
Optional either.
spend a point, make a charm roll, and sway an enemy to our side. Use augmented grace for a roll if my looks would help. Swift attack. I can make attack actions with one action and wild attacks with two actions. I can spend a phlegm point to cancel opportunity attacks. And I don't know if I have to spend a point for this, but it just said that I get a sidestep. I get a sidestep for every 15 pegged on precise and every pair on regular attacks. And then unnatural evasion gives me. I can spend a point to add augmented grace to my avoidance rolls. And then I've got one ritual spell to summon gremlin and just destroy anything clockwork or mechanical.
One healing spell and it's for me. It's like this is a Rio spell and she's the only one that's gonna get it. So that's the only one I have there. I have one ritual to make someone tired, which can be useful for one-on-one fights, probably. Then otherwise, it's just a lot of skills and a lot of talents. Most of them focused around hiding and surprising and that kind of stuff.
Right. I'll be right back, guys. Let's keep going without me.
Amount of skills that are, specializations. Because I took skill priority 3, which gives you 9 specializations.
I took a skill too, so I could get into archetype hunter. Otherwise,
Uh, so you didn't get many specializations, but you got an expertise.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's pretty nice boosts. I'm good with them. Hopefully they work for me. It all really matters on the dice.
Yeah. Yeah, I took elemental control 1.
Yeah.
So I just flat out got 4 mastered powers.
No, they sound pretty dope. I'm excited to see them. But I decided really early on that Rio is a bastard, so she'd only have a spell for healing for her, and that would be it. And good luck, suckers.
I did completely forget to grab the rest of my specializations, so I just finished doing that.
I have a few specializations. It's mostly in social skills. Like, I've got +8 to charm, gossip, and deceive. Oh wait, did I not note down one of my talents? I think I might have accidentally not noted down a talent. I realized. Or it didn't save when I noted it down. Yeah, I need to check something now. How's finding that file coming along, Ben? If we still have Ben. Uh-oh. Let me see. So I should have 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Got this. Managed to locate things and get things sorted. Is Stephen?
Hang on.
Stephen, step away for a minute.
Step away?
Yep.
Okay. I'll just put you guys on mute for me. Oh, wait. Wait, I was muted this whole time, I realized.
God.
It's on the recording, but it's not, you guys couldn't hear me. This is awkward. Alright, sorry, I'm here. Hi.
Right. Okay. So I'll just move you over to this.
I just realized I didn't have one of my talents on here, so I'm just gonna add that real quick. Because I forgot.
Yeah,
to save, I guess.
Black Orifice, I completely forgot to do 6 of my specializations, so I added those in. I can resend you the sheet if you want.
Oh no, it's fine. I'll trust you. Right. So, you've chosen a club that's kind of perhaps in the seedier end of town, like a district where a lot of the soldiers and sailors kind of hang out at night. Just like the poorer end of the city. There's quite a lot of wealth going around in the city, so this is the. It's still within the city walls, so it's fairly safe, but it is the kind of the poorer end of where things are, but there's still a fair bit of coin sloshing around with people who don't have a lot to do with it other than have a bit of a drink every now and again and enjoy themselves between sort of journeys or postings or shifts on guard duty or something like that.
Okay. Yes. We have a map now. Awesome.
So, up in the top right-hand corner of that map, there is a bar.
Yay. Okay.
So, conveniently, there's a little table left-hand corner of the bar with three seats on it. So, I'll just it's not big. Sort of.
Men.
If you want to move yourselves around to.
Can't control me yet.
Directly copy us from the map, so nothing that we had done to our tokens stayed.
Yeah,
No.
right. No, I'll go back to the original.
Yeah. All right.
Copy those over. So. Sorry, I'm used to. I don't do a lot of GMing on Roll20. I just do. I play
There's tricks you learn.
Yeah.
Once you get used to it, it goes pretty smooth. But there is a curve.
So I'm hoping now if I just add those to the journal, those ones that you now put in some details on. So. Carry over. Does that sound about right?
Received anything in my journal, but if you go back to the previous map and just copy paste all of them, they should be able to pull over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just select them and hit copy.
Yeah.
Control C. And any changes that were made to those tokens will be saved.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Because then all you have to do is shrink them down and done.
There you go. Okay. So, so you've come in here and you're kind of maybe a bit sort of despondent because it's, you're struggling to kind of find anything that you had has kind of proven a bit of a dead end. So you're not really sure what to do. When suddenly, let's do some rolls just to get used to it. Let's start with a kind of a notice roll. So what I've been doing when I've used this on Roll20 in the past, and I've used the dice roller on it, is if you do so just do a 5d10 roll, and then if you've got any augmented dice that apply, add extra dice to it. So if you've got one augmented dice, do 6d10 roll, and if you've got two, then do a 7d10 roll.
So that would be. Oh, notice I see it now. That took me.
And then we use the first dice of the ones that you roll. You use the first dice, called the virtue dice in the system. Then the next four are the crib, and then if you've got any extras after that, the 6th and 7th dice or whatever, depending on how your character's built and what roll you're making, use those as the augmented dice.
So my plus. Okay, so if you have like if I've got like a die in augmented reason, so I've got a point in augmented reason, so I would roll that as an extra augmented die.
Yeah. So
Okay.
roll 6 dice. So do you want to do it now? Isn't it?
Alright, are we
So I got a
pulling
So
Yeah.
my 9.
We'll just look at Stephen's roll and then I'll talk through it. So first thing is you've got a 9 on the virtue dice.
Mm-hmm.
The virtue dice just adds its value to whatever you roll.
Right.
And then there's 4 dice that follow that, which crit. And these kind of have, you're looking for different kind of combinations of things within those that give you extra benefits and extra bonuses. Sometimes it's just like a flat bonus to the dice roll, but then in combat we can trigger things like dodges and damage and pushing people around.
If I remember correctly, it was pairs, runs, 10s, and anything that makes a 15.
Yeah, it has to be a pair of dice that make a 15.
Yeah.
Yep. So with that, so you've got, in your crib, you've got a pair of 6s, and then you've got a 3 and a 7 doing nothing.
Yeah.
But you've also got a 3
in my augmented, which I could swap in for the
in
7.
your augmented dice. So those augmented dice can be used to replace any of the other 5 above. Okay?
Yeah. So I could.
So
yeah.
so
I could,
that,
sorry.
swap that into the 7,
Yeah. And that would give me 2 pairs.
2 pairs. And the pair's worth +2 to the roll.
So that's a grand total of 13 that I got.
Yep. And then you add on your skill modifier for that, so whatever your
And
total
my
is
skill modifier is
for
+3.
notice.
So I got a grand total of 16.
Okay. So, so do the other 2 of you want to make a roll as well?
sure, I'll give it a shot.
I'm prepared to get just blown out immediately.
I doubt it. I'm famously terrible at die roll. So that's a 4 for the virtue, and then I have doubles with the 5s. I can switch out that 8 for the 3 to make 2.
Well, you could also switch out the 8 for the 4. You could also switch out the 8 for the 4 and get a run.
Yeah, that'd probably be better.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Your dice run is worth +8.
And that would you would get the run and the pair. Is the thing
Okay.
too.
So that's a 14 plus 7, a 21.
Nice.
Yep, like I said, blown out immediately.
Right. So, and is that
Make a shot too. I don't have any augmented for reason for notice, so.
yeah?
See a run.
There's nothing.
No,
I don't think you got anything on that.
A run of 15, a run of 3,
No.
15.
No, the first dice doesn't count as part of the crit.
Oh,
It just adds its value.
okay.
So you got nothing. You just got a 7.
Yeah.
Plus whatever. That's unfortunate.
Well, plus 5, so 13.
At least our rogue is very aware of things.
Yeah.
And I'm somewhat aware of things.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So Rio then will be the one to notice it. There's this guy over here in the right hand corner is notice as he's kind of sit there. This he's probably fairly old for a soldier or a sailor type. You know, in his 50s maybe. By the look at him, sort of having had a sort of a fairly rough life. You know, looks to be you know, quite sort of like tatty, poor quality clothing to him. You know, looks like he's seen a lot better days generally. However, you do notice that as he's kind of taking a drink, you notice that he's got a prosthetic arm, and it's almost like it's like a clockwork, metallic, robotic prosthetic arm. You almost like cyberpunk cyber armor. Now this is curious. This would be a Newtonian-based technology, which would make it very expensive. So it would be very unusual for someone like that to, who obviously doesn't seem to have a lot of money, to be able to have something like that. And it's also an unusual for this technology to be found as well, because the society is at odds with the Dutch East India Company. They're sort of the big rivals. The East India Company is keen to get hold of Newtonian technology and use it to its own ends, and the society is opposed to that happening. So, yeah, this is a very kind of curious thing, and they, given that it's a technology that's being made with that utilizes maybe a link to what's going on.
Rio's gonna look to her companions and hold up her ale beer, say, "Looks like our luck is changing, everybody," and lean in a little bit. Question for the DM: is this door over here the only exit that I'm aware of?
Yes, I think so. There's I've not got one on the map, but there's potentially something behind the bar, but it's certainly the only way sort of out for the public, so to speak.
I'm gonna lower my voice, explain what I saw, and kind of go through what I'm thinking, which is I would like to get this guy alone, and I would like to ask him some questions. So how about we get him alone somehow? And if things don't happen and he refuses to come alone, well, we're right here by the door. Looks like we're talking to everybody. So,
Samantha's like, I could get him alone.
That's what I was hoping.
And if not, we could have some fun as a little bit of flame flickers over my fingers.
That's also what I was thinking. You two work well. I'm gonna enjoy this beer and see how this plays out.
She's like, okay, let me handle this. All right, which guy am I going up to?
It's this guy over here.
This guy over here. So
yeah.
Samantha's just gonna slide up to the table here and be like, she's like, oh, hello, Mr. Big, Strong, and Handsome.
He kind of looks around a bit curious, surprised that you're talking to him, and then it does dawn on him that it's him you're talking to. And he says, oh, yes, of course. What can I do for you, young lady?
She's like, well, you see, I just got done with some very tiresome work at the trading company today. Merchanting and all that. It's very, very boring, but very, very boring business. Even if it does drive in a lot of money. I've just been, looking for some way to unwind a bit, and you seem like such a might be a fun chap to spend some time with for a while, if you are interested.
Hi, well, me and my mate here are playing some cards.
She's like, I was thinking something a little bit more, one-on-one.
Oh. his mate kind of gives him a sort of like a nod. Oh yeah, you go for it,
Oh, mate, you go for it.
He's a kind of, unreconstructed man, and attractive woman is shown an interest in him.
Yeah.
And obviously it's his rugged good looks and his,
Obviously, all these things. Can I just can I roll charm to seal the deal?
Yep, go on.
All right, so because I have
I don't really need to roll actually, do you? Because you've got the
I just want to use
unnatural beauty.
I've got stunning appearance, which gives me augmented grace for a roll if your looks would help.
Yeah. 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 I mean, feel free to make the roll if you want.
I want to actually get to use this ability.
Go on.
All right, so let's see. So that means I get 2 extra dice. So that'll be 7 d10.
Yeah. Actually, it is to actually talk about it. Actually, because there are triggers built in off those kind of pairs and things like that we didn't talk about on the last roll, but you can actually gain little extra benefits for yourself or for the whole party on kind of like the next step in whatever the plan might be.
Oh, right.
By triggering what called like advantage or group advantage, or if you wanted to, when you are dealing with in an opposed role situation, as this may be considered, you can apply penalties to the target as well.
Right. So I got a pair. That would give me something, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah. So pair is either a personal advantage or a minor compensation. So you can either with a pair with a personal advantage at some point in the near future. If it's done in combat, it has to be within the combat round.
Right.
You can gain a +3 bonus to our particular skill, and you have to sort of like narrate what you've done here in terms of seducing this guy who's going to give you that advantage.
So I'm going to use it for any sort of like maybe like a charm or like a future charm just to keep him stringing along to get more information out of him down the line once I get him on his own. So I'm going to swap out that 4 and 6 with the 8 and 3 I got and get 2 pair for a grand total of that's 11 plus my 8 is a 19.
Nice.
On my charm roll.
Yeah, he is. He's a little puppy dog under your control.
All right, so I'm going to lead him out and sort of wink to my compatriots at the table and just start leading him out the door and lead him down this alley where he can get some alone time. Why are they not following?
Yes, after you leave, Rio is just not responding. She's still drinking, and she kind of side eyes to Dirk like, maybe we should make sure the princess isn't too disturbed tonight. I'm gonna finish this and deal with our tab.
I'm gonna put my arm around Rio's shoulder and stumble out after them.
If you're leaving with me, I'll leave with you as well. Just kind of drop money on the table and go.
Figure put up a little act.
Exactly. Just, drunken pals leaving.
Couple drunken pals just heading off into the night.
Exactly. So we're on our way.
Okay. So Stephen, what's Samantha doing while she's?
So she's got him off here, and she's like, by the, God, sorry. What did Rio overhear again? I spaced for a second.
Over here, she saw that he had like a metallic sort of cyber arm. I mean, you can see it very clearly now. That he's got this kind of clockwork brass arm.
Yeah.
Prosthetic. But it's clockwork, and it kind of it works. It gives him all the sort of control and fine manipulation of a normal arm.
Right. So she's like, by the way, that is a fascinating device you've got on your arm. You've got replacing your arm there. Where did you get it?
Oh, it's he starts admiring it. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Oh, I got it from that Dr. De Young on. He's got a clinic just round the corner from here, and he just kind of sort of fairly sort of like drunkly sort of gestures. So it's somewhere roughly sort of just off the map, sort of maybe in the sort of bottom left-hand corner in that sort of rough direction. So you not being a local, you've not heard of Young particularly. But yeah, and he kind of says, yeah, it's changed my life, this. I used to be, one-armed man, couldn't get a job, could hardly do anything, was kicked off the ship. I've just been sat here drowning in misery, but now I've got this, I can work again. It's fantastic. And he's such a great man, Dr. DeYoung. He's, didn't cost me a penny. Normally doctors can, charge you an arm and a leg just to get a few pills. Here, he's given me a new arm for nothing.
She's like, he sounds like such an amazing man, such a philanthropist, so helpful and so. Would you mind showing me to his office? He sounds like someone I would love to meet. Just what a man, so interesting and fascinating. I would very much appreciate it.
Just kind of midway through, you're kind of speaking to him. His face changes. It's like he instantly sobers up. He instantly, his face kind of turns into this sort of like angry snarl. What's your passive perception?
16 actually.
Right, yeah, that's enough. Yeah, and you notice that that there seems to be some sort of like flame start to sort of lick around like the edges of his clothes. Like the bottom of his shirt and the sleeves and stuff just start to sort of like catch on fire almost instantaneously. Almost kind of spontaneously, like a spontaneous human combustion.
Oh dear.
And then he takes a swing for you. That's where we'll have some initiative rolls.
Oh boy.
Initiative.
So initiative is a tactics roll, so that's valor and awareness.
Oh dear, that's only a +2.
Let's see here. Basically nothing. So do I just
+6? So what do I actually
so
roll?
do I get
Make a normal skill roll with the with the crib and the virtue dice.
Well, this is where it's going to fall apart for me. Oh wait, I didn't mean to do 5d6. This is where it's going to fall apart for me because I have. Oh wait, that's pretty good. Oh wait, never mind. That was not me.
I'm sorry, but yeah.
Hey, but I did get a run. That's good.
Nice.
I can't remember. Does 10 do anything?
10 is worth +1. But it doesn't have any extra triggers. It's like the weakest of the.
It's a +1.
It's something, but it's not much of something.
The +1. You've not got augmented valor. You've just not got it active.
I do have.
No, I have no
I'm not activating it.
Yeah. And Coffee Lick, with a 10 on the
I have
virtue
a
die.
16 actually because I have a +6 to my initiative.
So with a 10 on the virtue dice, that actually generates you a point of that particular humour for whatever the roll is. So in this case, that's a point of colour.
Okay.
Great.
I'm up
I'll
4
take it.
points finally.
So you start the day with 2 points of every humour, and
I gain +1 every time I wake up, if it's not above the others.
Yeah, it's the one for your temperament is you get an.
Yep.
And then you can use the turn key action, which is 1 action point, just to give yourself
A little bit extra.
an extra within the humour linked to your Newtonium modes.
Right.
So with my initiative, I have a 10 +6 just for my character sheet, and with the crib, that looks like a 3 run. So is that an 18?
Yeah, and you've got two 15s there as well, because the 7 and the 8. So you've got two 7s. So two 7s go with the 8, and the two 7s pair for +2, two 15s for another +4. So that's +6, and then you've got a 3 dice run for another +8,
Jesus.
plus the 10.
We see him just going
That's
first.
24 just on the dice roll.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a crazy dice roll. They don't have.
I got a 12.
Okay.
You're doing amazing tonight.
Yeah, what was that about bad dice rolls?
I have bad dice rolls when I'm the DM.
Yeah, so you want to DM for us sometime?
Yeah, I'm easy mode DM, no problem.
Talk about crazy rolls though. His is pretty good.
I love how I'm always the only person to ever change the rolling person to my actual character.
So,
Rio, your roll was 24.
What do you have for an initiative bonus?
So and then you had
That's
your
6. So that's actually 30.
Jesus. I've only got a measly 14 total. This isn't fair.
It's fine.
Oh god. All right. So what's this guy?
You rolled higher than I did. I just had a bigger bonus.
Oh, I guess I'm going to probably get stabbed now.
Well, maybe.
Most likely.
Anyway, it's Rio first though.
Yeah, likely.
So yeah, you kind of see him sort of like pulling back his fist, like he's almost in slow motion as far as you.
You just see Samantha with a look on her face like, I'm in danger.
So, has he noticed me at all, or would I be considered in stealth?
Samantha was very
Yeah, go on. You can be in stealth. Yeah.
Samantha was very distracting.
I would like to throw a knife or a dagger into the back of his head, and I have the subtle blade ability.
Mhm.
So I would like to do that. Just draw a knife from my belt and toss it into his back or his neck.
Okay.
How do I? I'm so sorry. How do I roll for that?
So it's the 5 dice. So you're a pointed reason up. So that'll give you an extra 2 dice for that. So
Okay.
7 dice, and then the 6th and 7th dice you can swap in for any of the other factors to get the best result you want.
Got it. Okay. So let's see here. What I can do here. So I have those 2 7s, or I can have 2 9s. I don't think it really matters what kind of thing I have. So I'll just take.
What type of attack are you doing? Because there's different types of attacks that have different advantages and disadvantages. So, did you take the cutting blade talent as well?
I don't not believe I did. No.
Right, okay. So, the way attacks work is you can do a rapid attack, which costs 1 action point, and only does the base damage. You can do a simple attack, which costs 2 action points and if you get a run, it'll do extra damage. If you get 15s, you can like push people back on that with a ranged attack. You can do a wild attack for 3 action points, which does the damage on 15, does knockdown on a run, and does pushes on a pair. Or you can do a precise attack, which will do the damage on the pairs. But that costs 4 action points.
I'll go ahead and just do a precise attack. I see this is probably the only thing I'm going to do this round.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and add that extra damage for the pair. Subtle Blade adds extra damage if attacked from unseen. Let me see exactly how much. You automatically add the weapon's damage modifier to the attack for every rank of effective augmented prudence, for which I have 1.
Right.
That's an extra 1.
Right. So, and the daggers base damage is 1, but it's damage modifier.
Right.
So if you're doing it as a precise attack, you're swapping in the 2 9s for the 10 and the 6. Yeah. So that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah. So that gives you 2 pairs, which is worth +4. So there's. So it gives you 10 on the dice roll. What's your aim?
Really, I don't mind if I kill him. I can do whatever.
It's whether
Oh,
you've hit
aim.
them.
Or aim is in the specialization.
Yeah, yeah. What's the
Plus
the
6.
6. Okay. So, and right.
What's
So
that?
actually-
16.
That dagger he seems to sort of like almost supernaturally just sort of like dodge to the side slightly, just if that dagger's coming in, and it misses, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, he knows I'm here now.
And is that all your action?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So now he's going to have his go.
Time to get punched in the face.
So as he kind of pulls his fist back, you see flames start to kind of coalesce around his knuckles, and then he kind of slams it into you for an attack.
Can I roll avoidance?
You can wait. You can get to wait and see whether he.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I'm just assuming he's gonna hit me.
Bad passive defense.
I've got 15
That's not terrible.
with my leathers.
He's got 19 to hit you.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I guess let's go for it with avoidance, and I'm going to spend a blood point to add my augmented grace.
Right. Have you got the one that lets you do it once for?
The what?
Because normally it costs you one of your action points for your turn to do an act.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Alright, so that gives me 5 plus 2, so 7. Alright, so we got base 6. What, baby? And then I can sub that 9 in for the 5. So that's a total of 10 plus 3. Yeah, that's not enough.
Right. What you could
9 in
do
for the 1.
is you swap the 9 in for the 6 and the virtue,
What?
and then if you swap the 6 in for the
Oh,
1.
wait, I can swap it in for the virtue dice too?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
so
so
the 9
that-
can replace the 6 on the virtue dice. Then if you put the 6 in for the 1, the 9
Yeah.
and the 6 make a 15, and you've got a pair. So that gives you 13 total on the dice roll.
Plus 3.
So
16.
you avoided this 3. Yeah, so that isn't enough. He is still going to hit you. And that's going to be for 6 damage.
Alright. That hurts. Ow.
And then he's going to turn around and look at you two in the end of the corridor, and then he's just going to put his hands together, and a great big sort of like burst of flame comes out at the two of you. So roll to hit with this. Oh dear, I think I need to apologise. My dice are rolling incredibly tonight.
Stop rolling good.
27 to hit.
That hits me.
So you can take an active defensive. It costs you an action point to do so under normal circumstances, and you make an avoidance roll, but your target number is their attack roll, so 27. So
I'm just gonna take the hit.
yeah,
Not
that
to worry about that.
is going to do 10 damage.
Okay.
That hurt.
And then because it was Rio who threw the dagger at him, he's just going to do sort of like fire bolts at you as well.
All right.
You only activate your augmented virtues on your own turn.
And that one's got 22 to hit.
All right.
My dice are really a bit silly actually.
I'll try on that one.
That
Oh,
one,
you're gonna try.
yeah.
Right. So what exactly do I need to roll one more time?
So this is a prudence roll at the time. It's avoidance. So, how many ranks of augmented prudence have you?
Just one.
One. So you roll 6 dice.
Okay. So
Yeah.
nothing
So
too
you've got.
great here.
Well, that's good. So you've got a run of 3 with the 8, 9, 10, which is worth 8, and you've got a 10 on its 10 in the group, which is worth 1. So that's 9 plus the 8 on the virtue dice takes you to 17 plus whatever your avoidance is.
Which is +7.
Right. Yeah. So 24.
Right.
So yeah, you successfully dodged that.
Okay. Just duck behind the wall real quick. Still burning, but not burning as bad.
Okay. Now, yes. Now you are, all of you are on fire now as well, because you've all been hit by one of the flaming attacks. And so what that means is at the start of your turn, you will take 3 damage.
Alright.
But you can spend 2 action points, to drop and roll as an athletics roll at difficulty 12. So it's quite easy to do to stop the effect. Or pat yourself down or whatever. Put the flames out. Okay. So, Dirk, it's your go.
So I have a question, because you only get as many actions as you have for your virtue.
It's your virtue. You get action points in highest virtue plus augmented virtue.
Only active augmented virtue, though.
Yeah. Technically. I think you're aware that something. So I will say you could have.
Okay.
Coming down the corridor, you were coming out sort of like spoiling for a fight or something, weren't you? So I don't think it would be unreasonable for you to have activated it. So it doesn't give you any action points to activate. It's just a real sort of.
Well, and I was looking through the combat section, and there's nothing that lists that it takes action to activate the augmented virtue.
No, not at all.
That's why I was asking if you can do it any time or only on your turn.
Yeah, I think technically it should be on your turn, but it doesn't cost you an action point. I mean, I'm happy for you to have it counted as active now if you want. Anyway, it's not a problem.
Cat's trying to jump and play around on my keyboard. Okay, so I'm going to look at him, say, you call that fire, this is how you use fire. And use, and then say, and then, of course, use it.
Okay.
Oh dear.
That rolled pretty badly.
That's
Oh
pretty
wait,
bad
that
roll.
augmented virtues, there should be 2 more d10s.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you did get a run in there.
Is that something?
So,
Yeah, you've got 2, 3, 4 on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you swap out the 8 for a 3, then you got 2, 3, 4 in a pair, and you can swap out the
Yeah.
three in the.
I
virtue
swapped
die
out
for
the 5, I have 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't know
Yes.
if that's as good as swapping out. Well, I guess it's
Yeah.
just as good as
No, I
swapping
mean,
out the
in
5.
terms of what the difference is, because it will cost you 2 points to your attack total, because you could also swap the 5 for the 3 on the virtue die. Because a 4 dice run and a 3 dice run in a pair are both worth plus 10.
Yeah.
So you've got
and you'll
13
yeah.
with a 4 dice run, or 15 with a 3 dice run in a pair. Now, have you got any combat modifiers like improved damage on that attack, or are you just taking the basic?
No, just the basic on that
Just the
one.
basic. So
I
on the
couldn't
basic,
afford it.
run trigger damage. So the 4 dice run would do 9 damage, whereas the basic, the 3 dice run with a pair would only do 7 damage. But it depends what your modifier is with this to see whether it's
Well, it'd probably be aim, wouldn't it?
going to be aim. Yeah.
That's plus 5. But, I mean, I'd go with the higher.
Yeah. So well, no,
Yeah.
actually the 13 will hit because that will go to 18, won't it? So an 18 does hit.
Yes.
So you can do the 9 damage to him.
Okay. Then that's the one I'll do.
Mm-hmm.
So, he is now ignited, and it takes 3 actions to put himself out with 16
Mm. Okay.
phone.
And
Hang
now begins my ability to poke things really well.
And I'm gonna step around the corner to get out of line of fire.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna poke him. I'm going
Right,
to,
yeah.
well, but
Not gonna
first,
then.
before I poke him, I'm going to pop another blood point to activate, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna spend another blood point to pop swift attacks.
Okay.
But it's, yeah. So I'm gonna pop a blood point to pop swift attacks, and I'm just gonna make 3 standard attacks. Just poking them repeatedly, hoping
Yeah.
for sidesteps so I can sidestep my way out of this.
Don't forget, Dirk and Samantha, you've both got to take 3 damage from the.
Oh, I take
From
3 damage?
You take 3 damage from his effect.
Oh, damn it. Alright. Alright, here we go. Poking time. And I get my...
Yeah, I just did the 3 damage for myself, so.
Okay, poking time. I guess I should spend another blood point. If I pop another blood point, then I can get my augmented dice too, right?
Yeah, if you've not done it yet already.
Yeah. Alright, finesse attacks. Here we go. I've burnt through all my blood points. I'm gonna have to crank that key a bit. Alright. Here we go. So that gives me 7d10. Boom. Ho! Oh. Okay.
Rerun.
We can work with this. So, 4 in place of the 2. That gives me 4. Then we got a 6, 7, 8. That's a run. So that's 8. So we're up to 12. Then a 7 and 8. It's a 15.
Yep.
So that's another plus 2?
Yep, so that's 14.
14. And then 10 is plus 1.
Yep, 15 plus finesse.
15 plus my finesse is, but drum roll please, plus my finesse is plus 6. So that's 21. And because I got a 15, I can sidestep. And I also got a run, so I can D. Whatever D is.
D is damage.
So I can get extra damage too.
Yeah, so the second number on your weapon damage, so when you trigger that you get that.
Okay, so I get a 7 damage on him.
Okay.
In that first swing. Second swing, here we go.
Well, that's it. That's him done, I'm afraid.
So
yeah, so you just kind of skewer him, sort of like you sort of like sort of stepping up to just kind of like pepper him with lots of shots. The first one sort of comes in and you pull the blade out, and there's just like an massive arterial spurt, and he just kind of looks down, collapses to his knees.
As she does, she's like, "That was very rude of you to hit a lady," and then pull the blade out. As she sidesteps around his body, falling forward.
Okay. So next few seconds, you can kind of just put your cells out, put the flames out on your cells, and then you just kind of immediately sort of like recover your hit points as your motors just kind of send sort of healing goodness around your body.
So, am I allowed to just crank that key now and just
get
my points back up?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm gonna go retrieve my fallen knife. Get that back on.
Wait, so can we just like turn the key over and over and start combat every time maxed out?
Yeah, potentially.
Wow.
There's the more that if you have it, if you're kind of running on high level humor, it does make you prone to the vice for that humor happening. Yeah. So, so it might make you as a kind of, like, if you're running around with collar, it might mean that, as soon as anybody sort of like offends you slightly, you might sort of like sort of trigger into actually kicking off against them. So, generally speaking, don't want to be doing it on a day-to-day basis, but if you know you're going into a situation, having it sort of like ready cranked up is quite reasonable, I think.
Yeah, I'm cranked up to. I just cranked myself back up to 3 because that seems to be an optimal number right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Right. So this body in front of you it's still burning.
Would, if possible, like to somehow take the arm. I don't care about the rest of it.
Right. Yeah. So you you can kind of just give it a yank, and the leather cords that were connecting it up to him sort of kind of burning away anyway, so it kind of snaps off and comes off quite easily. But it's twitching still under its own control, so to speak.
Is it typical? Would I know that's typical, or is that atypical?
Well, I mean, these are a very rare item.
Right.
About it at all.
So I relayed to them what I found out about the clinic and such, and like, seems that our this good doctor might not be so good after all if he's sending if these people are flying into a rage at the slightest mention of him, I guess.
Well, we know a direction, and good work. And then I'm gonna shove the arm into Samantha's like chest, like, to the winners go the spoils. Enjoy your trophy. Let's get going, shall we?
Yeah, do you want to do anything about this body, or are you just going to let it to a crisp?
Just burn it to a crisp.
Yeah, me, no.
It
That's
burns
fine.
for a full scene, which I don't know. I never saw how long that is in this game.
So I'm just like, Dirk, would you mind shoving it in that sewer grate over there?
Are you gesturing
Yeah,
with
tea
the
is a
arm?
fairly sort of ephemeral thing, so I mean, I would say we're sort of getting to the end of the scene here potentially. Depends what you want to do. If you want to stick around and investigate around here a bit longer, then we'll continue the scene. If not, we'll kind of move on to another scene.
I think moving on to the clinic is for the best.
I'm
But we're
pretty
gonna-
sure that grate is bolted to the ground.
Come, Dirk. I think you could get it off. Besides, we can't. Us ladies can't be handling a dead body like that. It's just unladylike.
Okay. Does anyone want to take a closer look at the arm?
You know, I'll take the arm with us because
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's like it'll be something to investigate, but even if it's not anything, then it'll sell pretty nicely.
I'm pretty sure it's Valor, Wrath attuned or whatever.
Sorry, you're
Make
pretty...
an investigation check. If you want.
You know, I could make an investigation check too. I actually have a pretty good number in that.
Yeah, me too.
Why don't we both roll it?
You're holding it. We can both look it over while Dirk
Yeah, we
tries
can
to
both-
shove a body into
Yeah.
the sewer.
Exactly. All right.
Fuck that, I'll just do well, I didn't name it Dragon's Breath, but it's essentially a Dragon's Breath.
So I guess search would be it.
Yeah, search. Or you could do it, because it's a clockwork device, you could use mechanics if you've got that.
Okay.
Might give you
Oh.
slightly different information.
I'll use search because I don't have very good mechanics.
Yeah, I'll use search as well, but I only have 2 augmented, so we'll find out how this goes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pop a point on this one, so because
I will.
I don't have very many reason points.
I'll need to turn a key, but I'll go ahead and do that.
All right, so that's 3 and a pair, 5. Not good. 5 plus 7 is 12.
Yeah, it just looks like a brass mechanical arm.
Oh, you could get a
Oh.
run in a 10. That's good. And a 7.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. That's what I'm thinking of doing. So I'm gonna get that run in a 10. So that's 9 plus 7, which is 16 plus, what was it? Search, which is 6. So that's 22?
25. Oh, 22.
Right.
nope. I can't do math. You'll have, I'm guessing it's 22.
22.
Okay.
Okay. Right, so with search on that, right, so, yeah, so you kind of have a look over it and you just see through the gaps. You can see the Newtonium spring that's kind of powering it. And you can see that on that is a stamp of the society. So this is definitely technology that is either legitimate or come from the society. So that would be a good clue that you're on the right lines by following this up and finding out what's going on.
All right, let's take that and let's.
You also, another thing that you can see, there seems to be, and sort of deep inside it, seems to be like a needle.
Huh.
Wait for me to extract the needle without being poked by it.
You could make a go of it. You could either sort of like, either try to use mechanics to dismantle it and take it apart, or you could just sort of like try and smash it up.
I will turn to Dirk. Dirk, are you any good with mechanics and or destroying things?
Destroying things, yeah.
I'm gonna hand him the
Everything
arm
else.
and say, all right, there's one thing in there I'm interested in, so do good but not great.
That's a way of describing it. Please destroy this good but not great.
Yeah, so it'd be probably an athletics roll, pull it apart.
Okay.
Well, there's a run there, so that's going to be a good one, isn't it?
Yeah. That's. I gotta run, and that's basically it.
Yeah, and you can put the 7 in for the 6 to get up to 15 total on the dice roll,
Yeah.
plus your athletics,
6.
so 21.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of perfectly fine to sort of take it apart. Yeah, and looking at the syringe, well, you pull it apart, you get to the needle, and you see there's a syringe in it, which has been plunged, so to speak. So it's got, so whatever it had in it, this syringe, and there's some sort of spring mechanisms sort of around the syringe as well. So it looks like it was designed like with a secret sort of like injector, and it has already injected this poor chap with whatever it was. Make me either medicine or, if you're interested in following this up, or academics even as well.
Well, I'd pluck the syringe out and toss it to Rio. You wanted this?
Yes, Anyone here have any opinions about drugs or medicine?
No idea.
Okay.
Yeah, academics or medicine rolls if you want, or I'd take an occult roll if somebody.
Right. I don't have the best medicine. I can always still make the roll, but anyone else would like to try?
Occult?
Nope. All right, I can try.
Wait, what was the roll?
Medicine or academics?
Oh, I've got academics. I could do that, yeah.
I've passed that on over, like. All right, princess, find out what this is.
Oh, righty. Let me take a look. See here. Oh. I have no idea.
You lick it.
Yeah. What you can do, if you want, you can spend a point of a humour to re-roll.
I might spend my
So
two.
you could.
I might spend my two. I might spend my 2 points of phlegm.
Yeah, so you could spend. You only need to spend 1 point, and you can re-roll any number of dice. So you can keep a pair of nines.
Yeah,
re-roll the other 3.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 to re-roll, but also to add in my augmented die because I think I need it at this point.
Okay.
So I can re-roll what?
You can re-roll as many dice as you want.
I'm going to re-roll 3 of them. I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to re-roll the virtue die and the other 2. Keep the 9s.
Yeah.
And then throw in a augmented die.
Yeah.
God, why?
You can sub out that for a 9.
Go for the 1.
Yeah, I'm
can't
gonna
it?
sub out. No, I can't because it's a 5.
Oh no, you're right.
I'm gonna sub out that 1 for a 5,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna sub in a 9. No,
Yeah, the 9 goes automatically in the crib. So 3 of a kind is actually 3 pairs, so that's worth +6.
yeah, you're right.
So it's 11 plus
so
whatever you meant.
16.
Academically.
16
16.
total.
Right, you're not entirely certain what the exact makeup of this substance is within it. You can't be sure what it is with a 16 roll, but you have a theory as to what it might be, and you'd maybe need to get to some sort of lab or find somebody who's a bit more of an expert who could test it to make sure. So the idea that he was spontaneously combusted is believed to be signs of having incredibly high levels of choler in your system. You know, particularly Dirk will know about like choler is how he is like the source of all his fire powers. So when somebody without the Newtonian motor ends up sort of overloaded with choler, one of the things that spontaneous human combustion. So you have a suspicion that whatever this substance is, it's somehow created and caused him to be, to combust. But also with it being choler, that would explain the sort of like the very sort of quick switch in personality that he had to becoming very sort of like overtly aggressive for no particular reason.
Okay. Well done. Yeah, I guess it's onto the clinic to find out from the good doctor what he's doing with why he's installing this wow, I forgot the name of the group already. the society. Why he's installing society goods on people for free.
Right. So the region that you're in of the city is the sort of region in this sort of, where are we? Northwest corner of the city, but inside the walls. That's the kind of, this is the sort of like the poorer area. There's there's sort of like the markets and the factories and things like that tend to be over on this western sort of bank of the main canal, and in the northern part of that section is a lot more of the sort of like the poorer European poorer residences, but for the white Europeans, because they have the privilege of being able to live. The eastern side of the city is the more wealthy, affluent area where the merchants will have their kind of townhouses and be the more exclusive sort of businesses, and like haberdashers, sort of fine restaurants and things like that over on that side as well. So so De Jong's clinic is in this side of on this side of the canal, so it's really there in the poorer region of the city. So as you're arriving, so we are sort of middle evening, but we are fairly close to the equator here, so it's been dark for a bit so far. It's been dark for a couple of hours, so it's quite dark on the streets. There is occasional sort of street lighting, but nothing, nothing sort of like reliable. poorer side of town. And but as you approach the town, the clinic, you can see quite clearly that there's kind of there's smashed glass, and and the door is slightly ajar.
Looks like somebody didn't like what was done to him.
Dirk, you go first.
Dirk,
I
you can
just
go
look at you like,
second.
are you fucking kidding me?
Dirk, you'll be fine.
Dirk, you can go second. I'm going in first.
Oh no, I'll actually go first. Just there might not be
You
much
can.
left of the inside after that. Something happened.
I don't see the problem here.
I'll be right behind you.
So are you approaching cautiously, just sort of like going in ready to sort of see what happens and fight back if necessary? What's
I
your
would like to be stealthy to come in, ideally.
I'll
Maybe
walk in
come through-
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, when you get there, it doesn't actually really matter, because there's obviously what has gone on here has gone on a bit ago. There's no sign of anyone alive still being here. The whole place is in kind of complete disarray. There's like furniture's been smashed and trashed. There's like paperwork thrown around. There's all the different like chemical concoctions and things like that have been spilt and smashed up. There's on the sort of like the operating table in the back room, maybe sort of treat as patients. There's one of these prosthetic limbs, although in this case it's a leg, and it's been carefully dismantled. But then there's obviously been the disruptions kind of happened, but it doesn't seem to sort of like pass into the back room quite so much. So a good guess of what might happen would be someone came in, disturbed him while he was in the back in the process of dismantling this prosthetic limb, and he went into the front, and then things happened, so to speak. So what do you want to do? Do you have a search around, see what there is to find?
Yeah, let's poke around in here.
Fine stuff.
Yeah, search rolls if you want to do that.
All right, I do got that. Let me. Okay, search. Ah, yeah, my search is good. My search is good. Hey.
Nice.
Oh.
No, that's
No.
not nice, actually.
No, that's not good. Wow. That's a 10 total.
Oof.
Well, I'll try to. Also not great. Although I did get that plus 15, right?
And there's 2 15s in a pair, so there's there's 6 in the crib.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the way in this system that sort of working together and things is that you can use the different things that if particularly if you are hugging 15s in your crib, that creates group advantage, so you can actually pass that on the same roll if you're thing. So you could potentially pass that on to you've got 2 15s there, so you could pass on plus 3s to the other 2 members of the group and see if that helps them with their rolls.
That'd bring me
I
up
got a
to a
15
13.
and I'm passing that on. Yeah, that ain't helping me.
That'll bring me up to a 13. Okay.
Okay, so right, so you've got so it was the highest of 13. So
That was the highest.
was that the highest roll of the 13?
I think so.
Oh no. Oh no. Ah, that's bad.
Do we just go home?
I guess we just go home and call it a day.
Right. Okay.
Whoops.
Right. No, yeah. There's two things that you find on with a difficulty 12 actually, so you're not too bad. You don't find one interesting clue, I would say, but you do find the syringe has been identified and taken out of this box, and that has a thick black substance in it, whereas the remnants of the substance in the one that was a sort of a yellowy colour. So again, you can make a follow-up academics roll to sort of have a think about that and what that might mean. And you also find a trail of blood. Peculiar is that the broken glass from the main window on the outside, on the outside of the window, so there's a lot of blood on the, well, not a lot, there's a reasonable amount of blood, not enough to say that somebody's dead there, but it looks like somebody's being thrown through the glass window, basically.
Well, that's not good.
Inside to the outside onto the street.
Yikes.
It means that there's like a trail of blood for you to maybe follow it and find out what's gone on there. And then you've also got this syringe that you could spend a bit of time investigating as well.
Well, as established, none of us have any ability in medicine, so maybe let's just follow the blood.
Hold on to the syringe, but let's follow the blood.
Let's hold on to the syringe, and if anybody comes at us, stab them with it.
What happened?
There's nothing more threatening than getting stabbed with a syringe.
Well, is that not the essence of science? See what happens?
Oof. Oof. I don't know about that.
Maybe not. I don't have the best. I don't have the best academics. That's more your choice.
That would be a way to do it. And anyone else, you could give it a go if you wanted. I've got rules for what it does.
No.
Yeah, I'm not using it. I want to live.
Right. So, you follow this kind of trail of blood, and it leads to a sewer grid. Great. Going down into the sewers. Now, historical note, and in this time period, sewers were both very rare, but also tended to be more about flood control than anything to do with effluence removal. So sewers are actually cleaner than the streets above, particularly in the kind of a area of the city around here, where people are likely just sort of, do the business into a chamber pot inside the house and then just tip it out the window onto the street. So it's not like you're going into a smelly, dirty place.
Before we left the doctors, I have a question about our jobs, our power, political kind of thing. Are we like immune to being hunted by the police or anything?
No, definitely not in this city anyway. Links to the society may kind of give you a certain amount of protection, but
Okay.
But certainly not. But particularly given Samantha's backstory and your backstory to some extent as being from the sort of like the Dutch wealthy elite, then that may give you a certain amount of protection, and that the authorities would be much more likely to trust your word. Dirk being mixed race, perhaps less so. It is historically there's a lot of racism. In the history of Batavia, it was about 20 years ago in the history, there was a big massive race riot in the city, and that led to them actually introducing the sort of like the world's first apartheid racial segregation system. But it's there's a lot of different ethnicities, but they're all separated from each other under the system in the city. So there's like Malay ethnics and Chinese ethnic people who've come in as kind of workers, and they are segregated out onto their own little what are called kampungs, which are little sort of like villages, but they're ethnically exclusive. So there'll be like Chinese kampungs and Malay kampungs, and there'll be the local Sunda people, which are the Javan locals, what they're called, and they will have their own Sunda kampungs as well. So there's all sorts of different ethnic groupings, and the city within the walls is officially the sort of the white European zone now, but 20 years ago it wasn't. It was much more ethnically mixed. But then they had the race riots and that then. But they had the race riots because they were abusing the different racial subgroups and to some extent playing them off against each other.
And then one more quick question. The doctor's office, was it out on the main street then, or barely tucked away and hidden? Like no one around?
So that I would say about halfway between, on a kind of a big sort of major thoroughfare. It will be tucked away on a side street, but not so much a sort of a back alley. Where it's like really dead quiet. But it would be an area that was kind of day businesses. So during the night, it's very kind of dead and quiet.
And it's cramped up with a bunch of other buildings?
Yeah.
Never mind. Not worth the scrutiny. Not right now.
Okay.
I was going to burn the building down.
Stop.
Maybe later.
No.
That's exactly why I was asking those questions.
No, there's people in there.
Not in that building.
Yeah.
I don't care. Still, don't burn it down. Do you know how quickly that could get out of control?
That's why I asked.
Do we even have a good fire department here? Probably not.
Well, we'll let them know beforehand, but for now...
I'll just tell them, hey, we're burning down your city?
Well,
yeah.
That's my whole fucking point, remember?
One of us goes, runs, and gets the fire department, while the rest of us set the fire. It's great.
Yeah, there's no fire department.
Ah,
There is a lot of water, though.
there you go, exactly. But we'll handle that later.
Yeah. I mean, you'd probably potentially burn down a block of kind of the canals, probably provide enough natural barrier to spreading too far. I'm not sure I'm saying that, so that sounds like I'm encouraging it.
Options we have. But for now, our main option is this sewer. So
It's time to go in the
head
sewer.
Gonna go down to the sea?
She's not happy about it, but she's gonna do it.
It's an adventure.
It's disgusting.
Sure is. Let's go. And
Right.
Well, granted, I guess Samantha's not really a prude, so has no prudence. So I guess she's probably more fine with it than anything. She's not exactly a lady of class.
ton of prudence. And I'm just like, alright, I'm trying to dip into the sewer.
3 valor, 3 prudence, 2 reason, 1 grace.
There you go.
3 grace, 3 reason, 2 valor, 1 prudence.
Right, I will just give you some visuals. Okay, so you've come out of the.
Oh, there it is.
Can you see yourself down the sort of bottom leftish of
Yeah, I had to go looking for it.
Of the map?
Actually, closer to the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Oh, if somebody can't find it, just do a click and hold ping as the GM.
Ugh.
It'll drag all players' views.
Oh, what? We can.
All right.
Anyway,
Off we go. Do.
so so you come out and the trail of blood is coming down this way.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Rio, you're scout.
Is that the decision we've made?
I don't want to get stabbed again.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I'll be the scout, and I'll.
But you also notice, I'll not take a roll for this because it's kind of crucial sort of plot important clue to spot, that there is, going this way, there is a different set of marks, and these are like scratchy sort of marks in the kind of stone of the sewers. There's kind of like little sort of like metallic slithers being sort of left behind from it as well, which is
all right. Here's the plan. Dirk, you follow the scratches. Rio and I will follow the blood. If you find anything dangerous, burn it down.
I think the city's dangerous.
It's not that dangerous. It makes money. It's not that dangerous.
It's also to identify what these scratch marks are. Like I the player have an idea, but I don't know if my character knows.
Yep, you could make a survival roll for that if you wanted.
Oh, survival. Okay, I'll try. I'm not gonna add anything to this. I'm just gonna shoot for the moon. Okay. So that's doubles. Do the 10s count if there's a pair of 10s, so they each count as a +1?
No, the 10s is you only get a maximum of 1. So
okay.
No matter how many 10s you get
only 1.
You get
okay.
the +1 once.
Okay, so that'd be 3 + 7, it's another 7, would be 17.
Yep. Yeah, the kind of, it's strange. It's very strange. There's no kind of natural creature that you can that makes a sort of a pattern like that in its tracks, but it looks like something that maybe's got 4 or 5 small appendages near the kind of the head end, and then a big sort of like heavy tail that it's dragging behind that's maybe a foot and a half long behind that.
So, Dirk, the plan isn't off the table for you to go this direction and fight whatever's there to kill it, but I will tell you this is what I think it looks like. I describe it and I say, is that interesting?
It should burn.
Well, I don't disagree. But what exactly are we burning? Do you have any idea?
No.
Okay. Well, me neither. If you'd like, you can go fight it alone. We will be taking off after the good doctor.
Debating whether we split the party.
Split the party. Split the party.
Would you like to fight a sewer lizard alone? I won't stop you.
I'm
You
sure
should-
I could fill a chunk of the map with fire at once. So.
A metallic sewer lizard.
Yes, a metal one. Would you like to take the mysterious chemical? Find out what this does too.
If you see a mechanical lizard, just stab it with the chemical. I'm sure that'll work out.
That's a good point.
What? No.
Well, I'm saying it shouldn't do that. But anyway.
Oh, okay.
I'm agreeing with you. Well, all right. Rio's probably gonna go after the blood first, because that seems like the more obvious what she's gonna find.
And I'm gonna come to support you.
Okay.
Is there any actual light down here, or do we have to use our own source?
Yeah, there's no light down here. Yes.
Okay,
pretty
yeah, I'm
bad.
not going alone then.
But
Okay.
you are a living light.
No, I don't have any spells that do that.
Do you need any? Or can you just produce flickers of fire?
Yeah.
A flicker of fire does not cause much light.
It's not like I can create any. I didn't bring a flashlight. Did you bring a flashlight?
A flashlight? No.
Torches.
Torches.
Yeah, I was about to
You
say.
could knock up a torch quite happily, I think.
All right.
But there
Let's.
probably is. They won't be lit, but there probably will be some
Oh, I can do that easy enough.
around and about. So yeah, so you could rob an from the wall.
All right. So moving after the blood trail, I would like to move a little bit stealthily to at least get a little bit of the drop of whatever might be down there and not attract the attention of the sewer lizard.
Oh, I'm gonna pop to the other side.
Okay.
I'm just following
Okay.
that distance.
Are you jumping over or are you taking?
I'm gonna just jump over.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, go on. Make an athletics roll. See if you make it.
I got a
Oops.
15,
Yeah, go on. That's enough.
and then plus my 6, so 13, and a 15's a 2, right?
Wait, how are you getting...
Yeah, 15 total.
I thought the,
Yeah,
I thought the
that's fine.
first number was your virtue. Which would mean you just got a 7.
No. 7 plus the 2 from the 15 plus my 6. So a total of 15.
Oh, you did get 15. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that 15s were a thing.
Alright, so I'm gonna continue to follow the trail.
I'm going to just follow behind.
Any torches we happen to see along the walls, I'm gonna light.
So down that way. Do I need to roll stealth at all if I'm making an effort to be quieter?
Yes, if you want to make a stealth roll, yeah, that's fine.
I'll go ahead and do that. If my window resizes to the right place. Woof. That's not great. I think I'll go ahead and spend to redo that. Otherwise I'm gonna probably fall into the water. So can I just re-roll everything? Or
Yeah, if you want to, yeah.
okay. You know what, I'll keep that 4 and 5. But otherwise everything's gonna be purged. Alright. So that got me a little bit better, but still mostly nothing. So 8 plus my stealth, which is 7, so 15 total.
$15 total.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That's fine. Right. As you get down to the bottom, get down towards here, just see this guy just sort of walking out of the out from around the corner on the other side of the path. He looks, well, the first thing that you notice about him is that his hands and a lot of his shirt are covered in blood. The next thing you notice about him is that he seems almost zombie-like, very, the will shocked. He's just kind of walking. He has no sort of he hasn't noticed you at all. But even as he's kind of keeping walking, and there's Samantha and Dirk behind you, he doesn't seem to notice them either. Completely sort of continues on his way, almost catatonic.
Still can watch him a little bit. Is the trail's not leading over to that side, is it?
Nope.
Okay. And I'm just gonna stay still.
Yeah, so he's just kind of slowly sort of wandering up. He'll come into view of the rest of you as well. If you two have anything you want to do about this guy.
Gonna slide over to Rio and be like, what's his deal?
What did you say? You cut out a little bit.
What's wrong with him? He seems weird.
So it does.
Yeah. As he gets closer, you can see quite fine, very kind of high quality clothes, although perhaps a little bit on the dirty side,
Right.
despite the blood.
He hasn't seen me. I have a friggin' torch.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to pay you any notice at all. Dirk. He's just kind of coming straight towards you, almost as if you're not there.
When he passes by me a little bit, I'm gonna draw my gun. I'm not gonna point it at him, but I'm just gonna have it ready.
Yeah, he makes no notice of it whatsoever.
Stand against the wall.
Yeah, he just walks past, completely oblivious to you even being there.
Look at him, look back at them, shrug.
Yep. Shrug.
He goes into the water.
What?
He kind of wades through the water, climbs out the other side, sort of bumps into the wall and then turns, continues on.
See you later. Goodbye,
Goes out the
mysterious.
fight, but shortly afterwards you hear another kind of splash.
Goodbye, mysterious noble zombie.
Something to note.
Alright, I've got to peek around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm just walking down here and lighting the torch, any torches I see on the way.
It's just there's nothing else kind of particularly of note around here so far. Let's just reveal a bit more for you. Yeah, and I'll just kind of take it to this point. And so you kind of you follow the kind of the path round, and it comes to a sort of a dead end, but there's also a door on the side there.
So, does the porch trail lead towards the door? Yes, it does, it seems.
Yes, the blood trail leads right up to the door.
Any torches on the way, of course. So hopefully the tunnel is somewhat lit now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to sneak up to the door and see if it's like a service door or if it's just a strangely innocuous door in a sewer.
Okay. So, I mean, the door itself is something sort of like fairly enough. A reason to sort of put a door down in a. If you're trying to hide it, there may be. There may be like a storeroom, or it may be that it's sectioning off another section of the sewers, or whatever. You don't particularly know. But you can make a make me a notice room.
Try. Oh, that's a little bit better. So that's straight, which I believe is 8 plus 7, 15 plus 7, 22.
Nice. Yeah. You can hear there's like a clockwork ticking coming from inside it, and like the occasional little sort of like metallic clink against stone.
Alright, I'll relay that to the others quietly.
Is there a keyhole that I can peek through?
Yep. Yeah, you can look. You can peer through the keyhole, but there's not anything particularly obvious that you can massively see. There just be a sort of a sort of fairly amorphous form, maybe about kind of 10 feet in. But through a keyhole you're not really see an awful lot of it.
Alright. Rio, do you know how to pick locks?
Is the door locked from what I can tell?
Yes.
Okay. What would I need to use to pick a lock?
Mechanics.
Woof.
Or you can always do the alternate
Whoops.
kick it in route.
I look at Smith and say, yeah, I can pick a lock. Let's tear down the door.
Samantha just rolls her eyes and it's like, Derek, help us.
Really?
It's not very
What?
ladylike to break down a door.
I'm good at burning things. I'm not actually that much stronger than you.
Come on, Derek. I know you're good for it.
It's a valor skill though, isn't it? So there's augmented valor up.
Somebody go watch the tunnel.
Derek. Come on, Derek. Break down the door.
Place the 2 with the 9. No.
Place the 2 with the 6.
6.
Yeah.
The 9 with 1. That gets me a pair.
Actually, no, wait. If you put the 9 with the 2, you put the 6 with the 1, you get a 15.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I can get 2 15s if I, yeah. If I do.
Yeah, I mean a 15's worth. Plus
No,
2
it's still, in that case, I would still want to put the 9 in that front, too. Because 15's only worth 2.
Yeah. So, in terms of like the difficulty of the roll, better to put the put that into the put the 9 in for the 2. It is. Yeah, it's quite a heavy, sort of thick reinforced door though, so it's going to need several rolls to kind of kick it down.
Well, it's good. If I'm assuming I'm doing it as a melee.
No, you're using athletics. So it's an extended action, and you need to get 5 successes at it. Runs get you additional successes. Pairs get you +3 to the next roll.
Okay.
And your augmented valor should last throughout the rest of this, I believe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it lasts for a minute.
Yeah. Well, it'll last for the scene, and this is the scene, so that's fine.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well,
Place the 4 with that 5.
I don't think that does anything.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Give me a 15.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
yeah.
So that'd be a 15, a pair, and a 10 on a 10. That's good.
Yeah.
That means you also get +3 to your next roll.
Yep. So 2 successes gone.
That's
Place
nuts.
the 2 and the 5 with the 8 and the 1.
I don't know. I replaced the 1 with the 8 just to get that baseline up.
Yeah.
You can get that 1 in there for a pair, though.
You can't get that 1 in there for a pair.
Yeah.
And that would give you a
10.
10.
And then put with a +3, 13 plus what it is.
plus whatever, yeah.
What's that take you to?
Plus 3, automatic, 11. And pair is 2.
Mm-hmm.
So 13. Plus athletics 6.
19. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's another success. So that's 3.
And you got another +3 to your next roll.
And you've still got the go.
You're doing it, Dirk. You're doing it. Holy shit.
You can get in 2 pairs, or you can add in a 10 base.
Yeah,
the
10
10
base is
10
good
base
because the 10 on the virtue dice generates you a point.
Oh, yeah, so that's pretty good.
I
Yeah.
only heard part of that. You kind of fuzzed out on my end. But
10 on the virtue dice gives you an extra point in your humor.
Huh.
So sub in that 10 for the 5, you get an extra point on your humor. Sub in the 3 for the 4 or 6, you get a pair, and you got 10. So
10. So 13 plus the 3 from the previous one, 6 plus your 6 athletics is
yeah.
22.
22 and a +3 to the next roll. Just keep getting
Yeah.
that.
Which will be the last one. It's 4 or 5 now.
Your chances are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
A
Yeah.
blob monster.
Yeah.
But we're doing
Right.
good.
So yeah, so it takes 5 good solid kicks so you might break the door in, but but Rio kind of heard some unusual kind of ticking sounds, clockwork ticking sounds coming from it, and that means that you are alert to the danger that is lurking within. As there are, I've just used normal spider tokens for it and roll 20, but those are kind of clockwork, spidery, roboty things.
Oh, can I do a thing? Then?
Well, they're
guess
ready for you as well.
I guess it's gotta wait for my turn then, yeah.
Very loud and knocking down the door. So I think what we need to do is go straight to initiatives.
Alright, guys, I got something for this, don't worry.
Okay.
I can take these guys out in 1 turn. They're not even ready. I'm about to lay down. Can I roll if I
I already had that active.
Right, these will be the.
okay, so I got a 9 with a 15.
Yeah. Also,
And a 10.
because you had a pair on that last roll, already dead, you can add plus. You can use The personal advantage that gives to give you +3 on your initiative. So because they're kicking the door in and you're kind of surging in, ready to fight.
Another pair.
So you can use the because you had a pair on that, I think.
So I got a
Yeah,
total.
there'll be 2 10s in there, wouldn't there? So
I got a 14. This
did you
time.
have 2 10s? Would you have put the 10 in for the 7 instead?
No, I would have put it in for the pair.
Yeah. So, which means that you can use, because you've got this kind of short-term +3 bonus that you can use called personal advantage. You can use that on the initiative roll if you want.
I'm gonna spend a point of Kohler because that's what's linked to Valor, right? Kohler? It's Kohler?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna spend a point of Kohler to re-roll the 4 and the 1
Yep.
in an attempt to do better, and I did. So I got 8, 9, 10. So that's a run on top of my 15 and my 10.
I'm happy with my 20.
So that's 8 plus 2 plus 1. It's 11 plus 9 is 20 plus 2, 22. Yay for actually good rolls now.
Yeah, you're doing it.
I'm doing it. I'm finally doing it.
So I can get a 20.
I got a 20 as well.
Seriously, the spider got 22? 23? Come on.
I'm getting some silly rolls.
Goddamn spiders. I was gonna be cool.
They went in the 12 a lot more.
Not go away.
The 11 and the 12 are a lot more sort of realistic rolls for what these things are likely to get. Mechanically, there isn't a difference between the two. I just sort of put them in for a bit of variety. Right, so is that all in? Yeah. So players go first. So, but there is a 23. So that first spider is going to come in. So Rio's in the door. So that's just going to sort of spring at you.
Going for me?
At Rio.
Okay.
No, sorry, not at Rio. It's sorry, just because the name tags
Oh, right, yeah.
over Dirk's thing. So Dirk, I meant, sorry. Right, so Dirk, it's going to come at you, and it springs at you. It beds kind of its sharp, sort of metallic, spiky legs into the door frame, and it's sort of like what would be its stinger tail, sort of comes up, sort of heading towards your kind of chest, and a large kind of syringe needle sort of jabs out towards you. That would be though a 4, 6, 7, 13.
That missed.
That misses. Oh no, are you wearing armor?
Huh?
Are you wearing
Well,
armor?
are you wearing any armor? Dirk?
Yes. Leather.
Leather, right, so that's not metal, not rigid, is it? So +1, I guess another +1 because it's penetrating attack. So that would be 14 to hit.
Oof.
Is that still a miss?
Yeah, that's still missed.
Okay.
Nice.
Right, Samantha, your go.
Alright, so I've got how many actions? 4 actions, right? Something like that? How do I figure out how many actions I got?
So what's your... What's your highest virtue?
My highest virtue is
I thought it was for
grace or reason, because they're both 3.
Right, and which one's got what's your highest augmented virtue?
Grace.
On one of those?
Grace.
Grace 2. So
Yeah.
3 plus 2 is 5. So you get 5 actually.
Oh, fun. So I'm just gonna summon gremlins. I'm gonna summon a lot of gremlins. Because I can shortcut that for 1 AP
Yeah.
and just gremlin every single one of these spiders. What do I roll for that?
So it's what level power is it? Is it level 1?
It's a level 1.
So and it's a summon power, so it's charm roll, and the difficulty for level 1 power is 15.
Okay, let's do this. Just need to roll a 7. Alright, first one, the one that's attacking Dirk. Hey, you know what? For funsies, I'm going to activate my, just to make sure, I'm going to activate my augmented virtue. Just to be sure. Alright, so I've got +8 in charm, so that passes. I don't even need to crib this, but I'll do it anyway. I'll swap out the 9 for a 6 and get three 6s, so that's technically 2 pairs.
Yeah.
Or is it 3 pairs?
3 pairs.
3 pairs.
Not with all the different combinations.
6, 10. So 6 plus a 10 is 1, so that's another 7. So 8, so 15 plus 8, 23 for that one.
Right.
Summon a gremlin to take out that
it
spider.
costs you 1 humour point to shortcut it, and another humour point to cast it. To enchant. So.
Well, there goes all my humor. I should have cranked up. I should have cranked.
It's powerful shortcutting ritual, but it's expensive as well.
Right. Okay, so that's 1 gone, right?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm going to spend 2 so with 5, I'm going to spend 2 action. So that was the first action. Spending 2 actions to crank twice. And then another action to spend both of those for another gremlin. Here we go. Oh dear. Okay, so swapping out the 2 with a 9. And plus 8 is 17. So that'll gremlin another one.
Right. Okay, so you've got a
Gremlin that one.
So you've got 2. So you've affected 2 gremlins with.
Yes.
Right. So on their turns, you can spend an action point to compel the gremlin to cause some sort of catastrophic failure inside that device, which can either be the effects of a complex skill action, which would basically mechanically give it a -2 penalty to its passive defense, or you can get it to make a wild attack with a 3/2 damage profile. So you can basically get the gremlin to attack it, or get it to do a skill action against it.
Is that how that works?
Sorry?
Hang on, I want to check something real quick.
Yeah, I'm reading it right
no,
now.
on each of your turns, sorry, not on their turn. You spend an action point to compel the gremlin to do it.
Yeah.
So it's an extra action point to get it to actually do something. So you've summoned
Okay.
a gremlin, and you've got the gremlin in those devices, but if you want the gremlin to actually knacker it up, you have to spend another action point to tell it what to do.
Okay, well, I'm going to... I've got one action point left. So I'll tell this gremlin on this one to wild attack it.
Okay, so make a charm roll. But you're doing this as a wild attack, so that will do knockdowns on a run, extra damage on a 15, and push it around on a pair. But because it's, so those pegs are actually kind of a lot more as to what this is doing than.
Right. Well, I'm swapping out the 1 with the 5 and swapping out the 9 with the 7, so that's 2 pair for a 9 plus 8, 17. And that's 2 pairs, so is that 2 push arounds?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm gonna get to push that thing back to where it came from.
Okay, back into the wall.
And that will
I'll just-
deal 3-2 as the damage profile.
Yeah, so do 3 damage.
Yeah.
I'll get some bars up. See how. Okay. So, and now it's the next of these spells. So I'll just do its little health bar.
Don't worry, guys. I will.
So again, yeah, because it's just which was the other one you infected with the gremlin?
This one up here.
That one, right? Yeah, so this one's fine. So that one again, it's going to do the same sort of thing. It's going to sort of leap to the door and try and jab Dirk with its syringe, which is going to do get a 14 to hit.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, 15 to hit even. Yep, hits.
15.
15. 1-5.
That's taking into account the penetration.
I can't quite tell what you're saying. Have you got some?
Yeah, you sound a lot deeper for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm
you
very
have to
echoey.
filter on.
Sorry. That's taking into account the penetration.
Yeah, the 15 takes into account the penetration.
Then it misses.
Right. Okay. So Rio, your go.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of step behind, if I can, step behind Dirk, draw my gun, or I'll use my dagger, try to get that thing in the door, throw it at it.
Yep. Okay.
There goes my plan.
Wow. I'm trying to stay out of your way, a little bit.
Well, depending on how he rules expanding flames, you may have just stepped into the path of a blast furnace.
Well, I'm behind
So-
you.
Where you want to move to?
I'm just I'm stepping around him, ideally, but because I know there's not really space there.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. There's enough. There's enough space there on that little thing because he's not taking up the full square, so you can be there and not have to sort of jump in the water if you want.
Okay, I will move over there. I plan on moving back at the end of this, but so I'm only going to use 2 action points for this attack.
So that's just a side step. So that's
Oh, okay.
1 point to move to there.
All right. Perfect then. So this doesn't do too much. That's just 1 plus 9 plus my aim, which is 6, so 16 to hit.
No, that's going to sort of bounce off its metallic armor, I'm afraid.
This dagger does nothing, and I will just kind of step back in the other way, and that's all I can do.
Okay.
So step back to where I was, and that's it.
Okay, Dirk, it's your go.
So if I use a large AoE in a small space, does it expand larger than the small space?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're safe. So I'm going to use Conflagration. My 45-foot cone with that I have a 30-foot starting range, on the targeting.
Yeah.
From here,
Yeah, just get them all, basically.
yeah, like that.
Yep. Yep, no worries.
Let me roll the extra 2d10. Replace
So
the 3 with the 10.
The 4 with the 5. Then you get 2 15s and a 10. So the dice roll total is 15.
Okay. And then I have a aim of 5, so it'll be 20.
$20.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not enough. They're kind of
Really?
They've got some sort of heavy armor on. The flames just seem to sort of like lick around them, and their armor protects them.
Damn. Well, at least the fire stays for a full round, so as long as they're in there on their turn, they hit. I don't know how that works.
Is it so what is it, a continued scene effect damage?
No. Duration round. So it stays
Duration
till my
round.
next turn.
Right, so on their action, they will take your bonus damage. Yeah, the number after the slash from it, which
And it's got difficult terrain.
and it's difficult terrain as well, so that's going to make them difficult. Yep. So is that? Have you got any more action? points?
No, that's only. Let me add. 4, so I have one more. I am going to activate my Scorching Flames, which also lets me move myself 10 feet.
Okay.
So I'm just going to. And I love how it words itself, move target 10 feet.
Yeah.
So I just move myself there.
Okay, go.
And it gives me +2 defense.
Right. Okay. Nice. So then this spider. So the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to take the damage. What's the damage modifier of that attack?
2. It's listed on the attack.
Why'd you go deep again?
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to change the hotkey on something.
Yeah, you probably should.
It's 2.
2. Right. So if they take that damage. I can see it. Can you see the health bars on it?
Yep.
So what's the difficulty for the difficult
15.
terrain? 15.
Yeah, I listed all the information on that attack.
Yeah. Oh right. Oh sorry. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, so this one's sort of really kind of struggling through these flames. They're really kind of, so it kind of ends up sort of like moving around a bit, kind of all over the place, sort of distracted by the flames. But it does manage just to sort of get through. Probably not all the way to there, but maybe to there. So, and it's just going to sort of like try and have a kind of stab at Samantha around the corner,
Oh, no.
which is going to give you a cover bonus. So you get +2 to your passive defense, and that is 16 to hit, 17 if you're wearing armor.
Okay.
But remember, you've got +2 to your passive defense because of the cover.
I've got my passive defense is 17.
Right.
Aha.
Nice. So that's all it can do. You've stopped it doing its big nasty sort of syringe attack because of the movement penalty. So now this one in the corner. So this is one that's gremlin as well, isn't it? This one at the top. Yeah. So that
Gremlin
one,
happened to it. The one that was affected was this one.
yeah, but it's got a. I know, just it's not going to make a difference to what it does on its turn actually. Anyway. Right. So this one sort of copes with the fire, sort of scuffles across the roof so that it avoids things maybe. And this one's going to have a go.
Rio.
Again, yeah, Rio.
Okay.
So and again, it will use its leg spikes because it's not got any action points left. Because even if you do difficult terrain, it makes you have to make a scramble roll to get through it. So it always costs you 3 action points rather than 2. So it is a good way to do an action point tax, even if it doesn't stop them getting in. It can stop what they can achieve when they do get in. 23 to hit.
I'm gonna try to dodge that one. So that's avoidance. Let's see.
Yeah. Have you got an action point? Saved.
No, I do not. So I can end.
Yeah. Okay. That's going to do 4 damage.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So then we've got. Oh, I forgot to take it to do the thingy damage to it as well. So then this one is going to sort of scuttle in. Well, let's see, how's it affected? Yeah, that one scuttles across the roof as well, so it's not too badly affected. Again, it's going to have to fight around the corner though, a bit congested in there, and that is going to. So it'll attack Rio because it's coming around that corner, but you'll get +2 cover bonus to your passive defense, and it will score 18 to hit.
Yeah, that just hits me.
With the +2 for cover?
It does, yes.
Yeah, right. That's just 2 damage though.
Okay.
You gave each of the spiders 2 damage for being in the fire, right?
Yeah, the 3 that have. Oh no, I didn't do that one. That one needs to take over. Yeah, they've got rigid armor, so they are kind of reducing. Okay, Samantha's go.
Okay. So I'm gonna crank. She's gonna crank one more time to spend a point in order to activate swift attacks. That's one action. She's gonna have both of her gremlins do wild attacks. So swing for that. I guess I'll replace the 3 with an 8 and get a 4 run. That means extra damage, right?
Yep. If you're doing using swift attacks to do a standard attack for.
Oh no, I did swift attacks for her when she does do some attacks herself, but for now she's first having her gremlins attack their targets.
Oh, she's doing a gremlin attack. Yeah. No, there's a wild attack. So a run is knock it prone.
Okay. Then yeah, so then that one's knocked prone. And then here's the second. So that will do 3 damage. Here's the second gremlin doing it to its target.
Wait, I've done that the wrong one, haven't I? Which one was it? Was it this one?
I think it was this one. Yeah, so that one will get knocked prone. And then I guess it's this one is the other one?
Yeah. Alright, let's put a little symbol on them so we know which one.
Yeah.
Which one got the gremlin? Because it wasn't.
I think that one's gremlin. So this one's getting knocked back. This one's getting knocked back twice.
As well, doesn't it?
I'm going to summon the 10 and the 1 for the 4 and the 7 for 2 pairs and 2 10s. For 6, 14 plus 8, 22. So that means that they'll get knocked back twice, right?
Yep.
Would anything happen if I pushed it into water?
It'd be in difficult terrain.
And what if I knocked it into its buddy there?
No, that wouldn't really do anything.
Okay, then I'm going to knock it into the water. Right next to Dirk here. Let him handle it. And then I'm going to step up.
And that'll do 3 damage as well?
What? Yes.
That'll do 3 damage as well,
yeah. That'll do 3 damage as well. And I'm going to step up and swift attack this thing with a 2 standard attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. I'm going to replace that 3 with a 7. I think. Yeah. So it'll give me 7 plus a pair. Yeah. So 9 plus 8, 17.
Yep.
And that'll do, according to this, 4 damage.
Right, so 17's not enough.
Not enough to hit it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it doesn't matter with the gremlins are working on the spell difficulty.
right.
So the gremlins are actually a lot easier. They're bypassing the big armor protection that they.
Alright, well, even so, I get a sidestep for getting a pair. So I'm going to step back and stab at it since I have reach 5 with this rapier.
Yep.
And just stab at the.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, my dice hate me tonight. Alright, so 8 for the 4, 7, 8, 9. That's a run.
Mm-hmm.
16 plus a 24 to hit them.
Yeah, there's a 15 as well as a. Isn't there with the 7 and the 8?
Oh yeah, you're right, and a 15. So, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, you said that was a bad roll. That's a great roll. Yeah, so that will hit.
Alright, so that I could sidestep again if I want to.
Are you doing that? It's a standard attack.
I do extra damage though, so it's 7 damage.
Extra damage. Is that 6 damage?
7 damage on it.
7. Yeah, 4. Sorry, yeah. Was that the one that's on Dirk?
No, to this one across from me.
That one. Yep.
And I believe that's all my action. That's all 5 of my actions.
Right, so this one, no, that's the one you were just attacking. That one is still within the fire zone. So that one is going to take the damage from the fire. And then it's not going to bother with the thing, it's just going to sidestep out, and then it'll do 2 leg spike attacks on Samantha. So the first one is going to no, 20 to hit.
To hit.
I don't think any of us can beat a 20.
Yeah,
No.
no.
No. So that is a so that's 4 damage, and then it's going to try again, and this time it will get 10 to hit. Very different rolls. No, sorry, 11 with penetrating. Okay, Rio, your go.
Okay, I'm going to spend an action to step backwards. I think I can get somewhere like around here is where I generally like to go.
Okay, so that's 2 action points for that. Two action points to do a jog.
Okay, I will go ahead and do 2 back there.
There is an opportunity though, so that's going to let the spider have an attack against you.
I am going to use flow like water to cancel that though.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and spend that, dodge out of the way, get back there. Would using that ability cost another action point, or is that just automatic?
The flow like water.
Yeah, I don't see mention of
No. No,
Okay.
if it doesn't mention it, it doesn't do it. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna step back. I'm gonna make I have 2 more points, so I'm gonna use those last 2 points, draw a gun, and shoot at the one that just came out at the door. So this one right here.
Okay.
Go. I think this is aim. I'm gonna spend my last point to go ahead and also activate my augmented virtues. So have those going too. So I don't have any more of that left. Alright. I'm gonna want to substitute that 8 in for that 2, and then do the 15 over here. So
Yeah.
it's 10. I don't think I quite make it. No, it's just 16.
No, that's not going to hit these. I'm
No.
afraid.
Can't hit anything, but I can find stuff. That's it for my turn.
Okay. So Dirk's go.
Dirk?
Oh, he's on mute.
Oh dear.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Okay. My turn. Let's see. I'm going to turn my key once. Then I'm going to activate Purifying Flame. Then I have +1 to my sword. I'm going to go with. Okay, now draw my sword. So now I'm down to 1 action, so I can only do a swift attack, right?
Yeah, if you only got 1 action point, yeah.
Okay. So swift attack it is. Not remember how that changes things.
It's just a normal attack. It just does basic. It hits special effects.
So it does the same normal. Everything's the same.
Same
other
normal
than...
roll to hit. It's just the only thing it will ever do is your base damage.
Okay. Well, then I can just click that and we can ignore the simple part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need to roll the extra 2.
Yeah. Oh, that too makes
And then-
you get
Yeah, I have the +1. So, and then the additional +1 for penetrating, because I'm assuming that's considered their
These are
regular armor.
wicked, so it's +2 for penetrating against these.
Oh, so I essentially have a +3. I think I'm going to replace that 7 with a 2.
Yeah.
That's my best bet.
Yeah.
But-
Because 3 of a kind is effectively 3 pairs, so it's +6.
Yeah. And then a 10 is another +1.
Yeah.
So. 7. 15. Melee, 6. 24.
Yep, that hits.
So. 5.
Okay. And is that you done?
Yep. That's all my actions.
Alright.
So now I
Stab.
have flame flickering over my weapon. I have flame flickering over my body.
Now to get stabbed by spiders.
Right. So this one is going to come out to here, and we'll have a go at Samantha. .22 to hit. And this one is going to do. It's only going to do 2 damage, but it's going to cause you to lose 1 point on every humour.
Oh,
So it's-
jeez.
It stabbed you with this syringe, and it's basically done a great big drawn back, sort of like taking a big lot of your blood. Then, if you've got any humours that are still more than 3, after doing that, it's going to reduce your hit points to 3. So not your hit points, that humour to 3.
Oh, jeez. Who's it doing that to? Me?
Yep.
Oh, fuck. Ah. Well, good thing that 2 of them are depleted already. This isn't as bad. Now I only have 1 point of gall left. Overall. Yikes. Alright.
Now it's this one, so that one's going to attack Dirk. So that's going to sort of try and stab you with its leg spikes first. That's nothing. Then it'll go for you with its syringe. No, that's nothing as well. Okay, and then the last one. So this one is, all it can really do is spend its move to get up off its backside. It's got no ranged attacks, so it's just nothing for the turn effectively. Because it can't move and can't get into range. So I will just remove the knockdown token on it. Okay. Samantha, you go.
Okay. So, once again, going to have the 2 gremlins do their thing
Okay.
for 2 pairs.
So
This
pairs
one's-
of pushes and a wild attack.
This one's going to get pushed away.
With 15 as well. In fact,
Right.
you can get 2 15s.
Oh,
No, you can get loads because you can put the 6. So you've got 2 6s. You've got a
Oh,
pair of
shit.
6s and a pair of 9.
so it's 2 15s, 2 pairs.
No, it's more than 2 15s because those 6s and
Oh,
9s work with each other. So
ah.
it's 4.
4 15s and 2 pairs. Holy shit. So
So-
that's it's 12 plus 12.
Yeah, that's which one was that?
That's this one, I believe. So what does
Yeah.
15 provide
Yeah,
on a?
that one just kind of falls to bits, basically.
Yeah.
It goes doing, and there's a big kind of shower of springs and cogs.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Let's see if we can get again. All right, so 7 in for the 2 on that in the crib, so I can get another 15, and then
Yeah,
that's
and the
also a
run.
run, and it's also a run.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 7, 8, 9 plus 2, 10, 15 plus 8, 23.
Yeah.
So that'll definitely
Yeah.
hit, and that does an extra damage. I
Yeah,
believe
so
it's
just
5
damage.
5 damage on this guy. And what's a
I'm
run
not
do on a
down.
wild attack? Knockdown? He's knocked down
Not
too.
bad. Yeah, knocks him prone.
That's a big whammo.
Yeah. And
Alright.
him being prone means that, yeah, it costs me his movement, so if you move away from him, he can't attack you because he's only got close range attacks, and it gives him -2 to his passive defense as well.
And then I'm going to do a wild attack against... I'm going to do a wild attack against this one, and a standard attack against this one. That's my last
Okay.
two. Hey-oh! So that gives me... Hey, I get a humor point back.
Yeah.
Thank God. I need it so badly. 5, 6, 7. That's a run.
What 2 pairs do you want, basically? 7 as well. So
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
run.
get it. So yeah, I got a 5, 6, 7 in a pair. Nice.
yeah,
So that's a run in a pair. Man, I should have
Yeah.
just gone with a base attack on this one. Well, oh well. So I can. So this one's taking 4, and is knocked down. Sidestepping up to this. Oh wait, that's right. No, I did wild attacked him. So he's knocked
Yeah.
down. I sidestep down here, and standard attack. Subbing in the 4 for the 2 for starters.
yeah,
But that's a pair and 2 10s, so that's plus 4. 8 plus 8. Wait, what do I need to roll to hit him? 16 won't be enough, so actually I'm gonna spend that humor
Yeah.
point. Instead of just subbing in that 4, I'm gonna spend my humor point that I got last time and re-roll those last 2. Actually, those
yeah.
3. I'm
Reroll the
gonna roll
virtue
those
dice
3.
as well.
And I'm gonna re-roll the Valor too. Shit.
You got a 10, so you put the
Oh, yeah.
10 in for the
I'm gonna
virtue
put the
dice.
10 in, get my humor point back. Then we're back
Yeah.
up to good.
Yeah, so then
And-
that's 10. Then you've got a pair and a 15 for 14, and you've got a 10 in the crib as well for 15 in the crib.
Okay.
Sorry, 15 from the dice roll.
Yes. So this
Yeah.
is so that means I could sidestep, and
Well, do you
he's-
hit?
What?
What does that what does that give you as a total?
For a total, so that'd be a 10 plus 2 pair. 10 plus a pair
Yeah.
plus 2, so 14 plus 15 is 16. Plus 8 is 24.
Yeah, that hits you.
That's a definitely hit. So that's 4 damage. And that's my turn.
Oops.
I could just dance around these people.
Okay. So that's this spider, so that's going to attack you back. Go for your leg spikes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 15. No, 16, sorry, if you're armoured. No, that was not penetrating. 15.
Attack
15 hit.
move.
Nope. And try again. 17 that time. Stephen?
Oh, to hit me, 17?
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna hit me.
Right. That is just 2 damage.
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay.
And it's going to sidestep along to him as well. Rio, your go.
Okay. Does shooting at a prone target have any effect?
Yeah, you still get +2.
It's just +2. I'm going to reload and shoot at this one right here.
Well, technically, its defensive reduced by 2 effect. Yeah.
Oh, I won't add the 2. Okay then, so that's still with my activated everything going on. So, all right.
This your pistol.
This is my pistol, yes. So I had to do 3 actions to reload,
Yeah. Right.
and then just the basic action to shoot, because I only had 4 actions.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I
If
can.
you want, you could have a clock on it, so it only takes 1 action point to reload.
I mean that'd be nice. What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What did I need to do for that?
No, it's nothing. It's just like a bit of special tech that you can get with your weapon. So
Okay.
it's like DM approval, but I'm happy for you to have it because
Oh well, thank you.
technology is what the game's about.
Sounds good. All right then, I'll make this a wild attack then. So this should do a little bit more. So let's see. I can have either do a 3 of a kind. Seems to be the best I have going here.
Yeah, no, 3 5s and a 10's great.
Okay.
But then you can put the 8 in because not only is it 3 of a kind, it's also 3 15s with the 10.
All right, perfect. Yeah, that'd be great. So sorry. Let me go up to wild attack and figure out exactly what I'm doing here. So I didn't think I would be able to do that.
So that's
Sorry.
13. 13 in the crib, I think.
Okay, 13 in the crib.
Plus the 8.
Plus the 8. So already it hits, and then it's a plus
Yeah, it's
6.
definitely hit, yeah.
Okay then. So let's see here. So that's plus the extra
Now
damage.
attack with 3 15s.
Yes.
So that's bonus damage 3 times.
Okay, so the pistol only does 3 damage.
What's its after the slash?
After the slash, it's 2.
Yeah. So you multiply the 2 by 3, so 6 is 9 damage.
Yep. So smells like it's 12 damage total. And there's side steps I probably would take.
Is it not 9 damage total? Is it 3
Oh.
2?
Yes, it's 3 2. Sorry. Again, I'm real bad at math. I'm sorry. I've never learned it. So I'm gonna take a couple of side steps to kind of just get around here.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be my turn.
Okay. Dirk.
Saber, simple attack. I need to add that +2 or 2d10. I'm gonna switch that 1 for the 10, and my initial roll for the 9.
Yeah, that's great. That's a good roll then, isn't it? So 4, 5, 6.
Plus a 15.
Plus a 15. Yeah. Is this a standard attack? Simple attack? So
Yeah.
So the 4, 5, 6 is extra damage. And the 15 is a push, if you want it.
Well, that makes the attack do 8. Does that kill the thing?
Yes, very much so, yeah.
Okay. And I'm pretty much certain I hit with that roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
And
not
then
down as well, so it's even easier to hit.
I have a 320 movement due to my 2 buffs. So I'm just gonna pop there
Mm-hmm.
and do another simple attack
Yep.
on the other prone one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 3, 4, 5 into the crib.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6 actually that gives you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is double damage modifier.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's plus 10. Oh, and there's a 50. No, not 50.
Can't get the 9 in there.
But it's just it's 10, and then the 9 can go in virtue dice for 19 on the dice. So again, pretty sure that's going to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Is this the one next to Samantha? Or
No, the other one.
The prone one.
Yeah. Figured I'd finish it off.
this one?
Yep.
Yeah. That will very much finish it off.
Because I still had the +6 for my melee to add on to whatever I got on the roll. So. And that leaves me with one action, which I'll use to crank.
Crank the key. Alright. It is my turn now.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright. Swinging a wild attack. Oh. Oh.
Nice.
Oh, you can get a run in there.
You can get a double or a long run in there.
2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. Yeah.
I'm gonna spend my my blood point to re-roll that virtue die though.
Just re-roll the one.
Slightly better.
You know what's because you're doing a wild attack. It's actually possibly better
Yeah,
to
so
have 2, 3. To have 3, 4, 5, and a 10.
is it? I thought wild attack. I thought. Oh,
When you're doing a wild attack,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
it's 15,
You're right. You're right.
15 do extra damage. And,
Yeah.
and there's no difference between a 3 dice run and a dice run.
You know, I'll re-roll that 2 as well with that blood point just for shits and gigs. Okay,
Yeah,
so
you've got a 4.
so if I switch out the, actually wait, why I didn't need to re-roll that. Never mind. So if I swap out the 3 with a 5, so that I have the 4, right? So because I re-rolled that, and then I'll have
Yeah.
the 3. So I'll have 3, 4, 5, a 3,
Plus 15.
which gives me an 11 plus 1 plus 2. So 14 plus 8 is 22.
Yep, that just hits.
So, okay, so that's a run, a pair, no, a run, a 15, and a 10. So I do get the extra damage. I get the extra damage and a knockdown.
Yeah. So what is the total damage though? Because the knockdown might. 7,
Seven?
isn't it?
7.
Yeah, that's got him.
Nailed it. Yeah.
So we have a very crispy corpse there.
And now that we're out of combat, cranking like crazy to get my blood back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can heal your hit points as well.
Oh dear, that was. I felt in
Right.
danger even though I wasn't in any.
So it's a bit charred, but
All right, let's take a look at this dead body.
right.
I'm
so
watching down the pathway. Had a bit of a fight.
So the dead body is a sort of like an older middle-aged man in his 50s. He looks like He's a little bit kind of chubby. He's got spectacles. He's got what would probably be kind of high quality, sort of like rich man's sort of clothes, but they're looking a bit sort of like they've seen better days. He's had his throat slit, and he's lying in a pool of his own. And on the walls, sort of above his body, there are some occult symbols written. So, if anybody would like to make a Prudence Law occult roll, you can see what you know about those, what you know about those runes. Special for Dirk only, because we established Dirk was a local. I will let you make a gossip roll to see if you recognise this person, Dirk.
I'll try, even though I will not do well.
It won't do any good for me, but I may as well try.
Trying occult, so I don't expect a lot. Well.
Yeah. That's not bad, though. Pair, 15 of 10s and a 10 on the virtue dice.
Yep, so I'm gonna get that
Really
point back
nice
I
dice to do
spent
it.
for this. Don't I also get I don't know if a 15 counts for anything.
15 will give group advantage. So you
I'll
could
pass
say
it on.
what you learn about the occult kind of triggers Dirk's memory about whether he recognises this guy to some extent. Not massively related, but it might. Gives you a bit of a clue. But yeah, so that is 10, 12 for a pair, 14 for the 15, 15 for the 10, plus what's your occult rating?
3. Just 3.
So 18. 18?
Mm-hmm.
18 is
18.
exactly the... Oh no, it's not. It's a variable difficulty, but it gets you 3 out of the 4 facts. So,
Okay.
those are occult symbols from a Northern European runic tradition, so like Norse, Germanic kind of runes. The symbols are things that are used to invoke justice and retribution and punishment and things like that. But you also notice that they've been written with flourished hand, which suggests they've been written by some.
So I relate all that to the room and to Dirk. Ringing any bells?
Based on what I rolled, no, not that I can tell.
How terrible is that roll?
Absolutely. I have a 6. Like, I mean, that's the total of my roll.
Yes. Yeah, there's nothing in the crit. 5. Yeah. No, you don't recognise him at all, I'm afraid.
Is there anything left on the charred corpse that we can take?
Yeah, you can take his spectacles if you want. There's
Like
probably a
Robert.
pocket watch on there as well.
Okay. Well, this is the trail's end. So I think we found whoever at least was nearer in the clinic, if not the doctor themselves.
Yeah, I mean the doctor would be a very reasonable guess. Somebody, he looks, well-to-do and the right age for what you know about Dr. De Jong.
Right.
So, do you want to go back and trace the sort of the scratch marks that you saw?
We might have to. This is sort of a dead end at this point.
Yeah. So, off to find the lizard. The wonderful lizard of the sewers.
Right. Well, I'll just kind of reveal the sort of whole map. There's nothing particularly happens until you get there, but you follow the trail sort of across the way, and then it turns right and travels south, and eventually leads to the door.
Is the door locked?
Door down here. Now, as you come close though, so probably when you get to about here-ish, you just kind of notice, just getting up to the door, there is what you first think must be one of these kind of lizards, but actually it's not. What it is one of these prosthetics. And it's kind of sort of like crawling along and jiggling all its own under its own power. And when it gets to the door, a little kind of like panel on it opens up, and a little kind of key comes out and inserts itself into the lock. Does anyone want to try and do something?
I'm gonna dart over and grab it, I guess.
Right. Make me an acrobatics roll then.
Oh, maybe I won't. Let me see.
You're a Grace character, you're not good at acrobatics.
Oh, I am a Grace character. I've got a +3.
Yeah, but you can have your augmented dice on it, so.
Yeah, if I pop a point,
I'm a
yeah, I'll pop.
character, and I have the same acrobatics. What the hell?
Yeah, I'll crank once on my way over and then pop a point to do that.
We're a very diverse group, but we all have the same weaknesses.
Hey, and I get that point back. Perfect.
There you go.
4, 5, 6, 7 as well, so you've got the.
Yeah, so that's a 23.
23. Yeah. Yeah, you can basically sort of jump in and catch it before it kind of slips through the door.
Yeah, I got it. I'm like, gotcha, you little bugger.
Right. So, but the door is now slightly ajar. So do you want to have a peer around the corner, see what you can see?
I'm going to peep. I'm going to give a little peep.
Right. So inside, what you can see is a what appears to be a bit of like a workshop. There's lots of kind of like tables and tools and bits of kind of clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
But and there's a few others of these kind of prosthetic limbs, kind of like some of them are kind of twitching, some of them are still. But in the centre, I've not got the best kind of token for this. It's more of a
big robot man.
It's a big robot, but not a big robot man. It's more of a big sort of robot scorpion, maybe.
Oh, fun.
Gremlins.
But
yeah. But there's a number of kind of clockwork limbs that seem to be sort of like making. And it looks incomplete as well, like there's things with it not like it hasn't been it's not a fully finished thing.
Okay. Well, I guess we roll initiative, or is it?
At the moment, it doesn't seem to.
Okay, I'm going to pensively step in. Very pensively.
Right, just give me a quick second. I'm just doing a bit of maths in my head.
Rio's gonna give a thumbs up and then not follow you.
each shave off at once.
Okay, so you can see there, it looks a bit, see the health bar?
Oh dear.
Yeah, looks a bit like it's, so, but those clockwork limbs are kind of coming to it. As soon as you sort of enter that room though, it seems to sort of like trigger to life, so it's just by entering the room you seem to have triggered it. So at that point we will have initiatives.
Okay, so it's triggered now?
Yeah.
Alright, gremlins. That's my answer to anything clockwork.
Yeah, well it's attacks. The good thing about it is because like the signature of clockwork machines in the system is that they typically have very high armor class, effectively, you know, very high passive defense,
Right.
because they're made of metal. But because you're making it's an attack, but you're making it against the target spell as opposed to the target number, as opposed to the things. It's the biggest sort of defensive characteristic.
I can circumvent that. Yeah. So- So question, if I got a 10 on my initiative roll, and therefore got point of color back, can I then spend that point of color I got back to get a better crib because this is fucking terrible?
Yeah, spend it immediately to reroll.
Alright, we're going to spend it. I'm going to re-roll the 1. Nope. This is the problem, is like I re-roll the 1 or I re-roll the 5. You know, I'm going to re-roll the 1, because the 5 is at least good elsewhere. God damn it!
Sorry, dude. I'm gonna re-roll mine as well.
Motherfucker.
But that's great though. I'm sorry.
You can't
I'm just
reroll
gonna-
multiple times. Just keep spending the points.
I can't. I
re-roll
only got
everything
one.
stuff
I only
like
got one because I had them drained before, and then I got it back to use it.
Oh, because it's color and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can also, with color, you can get it aggressive and
Oh boy.
belligerent and
Yeah.
angry.
Well, I got a grand total of 12 because I got nothing in my crib.
Ugh. And a 1 on your virtue dice.
No, I got a 10 on the virtue dice.
Alright.
That was a 1 on my re-roll of the 1 in my crib,
Right.
which was
Oh, yeah.
extra
Sorry, I
embarrassing.
was looking at Dirk's roll rather than yours, yeah.
I rolled terrible.
I should have just re-rolled my entire crib.
Yeah, possibly. You're just shooting at the moon for a 3, so you got the daddy runway, yeah. So that's the plan.
Alright.
This fight, I'm gonna have to go.
Have you put your initiatives in the turn?
Yeah, I think this may need to be the end because my wife is saying, hey, we got stuff to do today.
Right, okay. Have we got time to finish this fight?
Yeah, I got time to finish this fight. Let's do it.
Oh yeah. I might need to bug after this too, but yes.
Right, well, I mean, this is the kind of the closing scene, so to speak, of this part of the adventure. So, it's one of the adventures from The Lord Below.
Oh, that's fun.
Lord Below, which is the adventure I've got on sale for at the moment. Find it on drivethrurpg.com. And so, is everyone's initiatives in?
Yes. 12. I'm garbage. Right where I belong.
Right, okay. Well, he goes first. And the first thing you notice is that one of these prosthetic limbs that's generally sort of slithering around sort of climbs up to him, crawls up to him, and and integrates it into his body.
Oh god, is he healing?
He's healing back up as these prosthetic limbs are kind of coming. So then. So he's just gonna sidestep up one space toward. Then he is gonna, because he's got big long legs, he's each with them. So he's gonna try and get you with his legs. So that is 2, 3, 8, 18 to hit.
Oh,
no,
Christ.
penetrating, so 19 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. How much damage?
5 damage. And it can do that again. This time 21 to hit, so another 5 damage. Yeah.
Hang on. Okay, talk now. There we go. Never mind. All right. So yeah, what did you roll for the second one?
21.
And that's another 5 damage, huh?
Yeah.
Oof, that hurts. Please tell me. Well, okay, I guess it's everybody else's turn, and then it's me. At which point I will get a gremlin, and then I will run away.
It's done though. So.
Yep. Time for everyone else to go, and then I'll get a gremlin, and then I will run away. Let it do all the work.
Alright. How bad do you look?
It's big enough to have multiple gremlins.
No, just one gremlin should do, because I can make it go again and again and again and again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking great. If he does that 2 more times, I'm dead.
Okay. So, I'm gonna walk into the room, extend a hand, so 1 action to move, and then 2 actions to heal.
Ooh.
My one and only spell.
What
Congratulations on your... It's called Quick Clot. It doesn't really fix you, it just makes you stop bleeding. So, all your blood just kind of gets hard for a couple seconds, and then it relaxes. You get 6 points back.
Yay.
So now you can take 3 of those attacks.
Oh,
I'm gonna
fun.
move right back to where I was before.
Just step out.
Yep, it's like
Remember,
you're doing great.
When in doubt, just lame it out.
Yep.
Play lame, win game.
One kind of thing is I've not put tokens, but there are.
Limbs
I mean,
everywhere.
are you still holding that one prosthetic?
No.
No, we destroyed it.
Threw it in the water. Right, so that's going to take a bit longer to.
Hard.
But there
there's
there's that one, and there's 3 other prosthetics just sort of generally in this area, and they're going to attach to it 1 a turn, basically. And it's as they go, it's going to heal, it's going to get more action points as.
Alright, in that case, I'm gonna stay here and make a basic attack against one of those arms, if that's alright.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna pay 1 of those points I got back, get all that back. It's shooting again, so... Alright, just 1 second, I wanna make sure I got all this in. Okay. So... if I sub out... would subbing out the 4 for the 10 make more sense, or would keeping the 10 and subbing in the 4 for a smaller one make sense?
I would say
simple?
sub in the 4, and then swap the 5 with the 7.
Yeah, the virtue dice 7. Yeah.
So I'll have the full straight and then the 7 right there.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
is
so
this
sorry.
the 2 action point attack?
No, this is just one. I only have one left.
Right.
So no special effects, just hitting it real hard.
Yep.
So 7 plus. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. What does the full straight do again? I should know. by
Plus
now.
10.
Oh, okay. This probably does hit then. So that's 17 plus 6, so 23.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, it just does 3 damage.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's damaged it, but it's still wriggling around,
Yeah.
moving towards it.
Okay, then that's it for my turn.
Okay. Dirt.
Hey.
You can freely move through other players' squares if you want as well.
Well, I
move
don't
in and blow it up.
need to yet.
Show it who's
Conflagration.
boss, Dirk.
Yeah, I mean, if you hit the room with an area, say that you can hit all of the prosthetics that are moving in as well, or the 3 of them, not the one that
That already integrated.
that's no, well, not the, well. There was 5. One's already integrated, and one's being thrown off down in the sewer, so that's going to take a bit longer. But there's 3 in the room. One
That
is
area
actually
will be
damaged.
covered.
Nice, got that 10.
Number 15 in the. Oh,
That's 6
Yeah.
there, I think.
yeah, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mhm.
So that'll do double bonus damage. And a 15 for a push.
He also gets a color point because he got 10.
Yeah, gets a colour point back and has a total of 22 before adding your skill to
5
it.
for aim.
Yeah, so
So
yes,
27.
that is going to hit everything, and it does enough damage to completely all of the remaining things, and it's doing 9 damage. So it takes a fair chunk out of that guy as well. That's brilliant.
Plus it'll do 4 damage on its turn.
Nice.
Nice.
Yikes. That's a big yikes.
That was, I believe I have that one set to 4 actions, so yeah, I only have 1.
Yeah.
And I only have a single point.
All right, here we
Break my
go.
engine.
2
Oh,
points.
I've got it
Grab-
listed as a 5-2 damage attack. So it would do 2 damage on the.
You
on
said
the-
I had the 4. The run, which doubles the bonus
Oh.
damage.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the knock-on damage.
Oh. Okay.
It lets you apply the bonus damage to the initial.
Okay.
The persistent damage just always does the flat bonus.
Right. Okay, so I spend 2 points. Gremlin. Wee outie. Gremlin, attack. Does it take an
Okay.
action to move?
Yep.
Okay.
From there to there, yeah. It's
So
2
that-
action points. Whether you do it as 2 side steps or a.
So that's, well, still, Gremlin gets 3 attacks, and 3, I'm doing 3 wild attacks with him.
Yeah.
Go, Gremlin.
So you have to roll to enchant for summon the gremlin first.
Wait, what?
You have to roll
Okay,
first.
then
You have to make
that was
an
the-
enchantment roll to summon the
Then
gremlin.
that'll be the first roll to get
Yeah.
the Gremlin out. So that's
Yeah.
a 15 for 2, pair for 2,
Yeah,
10 for
difficulty
1.
15. So they're all difficulty 15. All of these rolls. So
and that will just make it.
that. You got 2 pairs and a 9.
That'll
You know,
make it
you-
on. That'll make it on the roll. That roll.
On the
alone,
roll,
Not
yeah.
even. Not even counting my
Your charm.
charm. Yeah. All right. Now here we go. Now here comes the attacks. Wild attack number 1. I'm gonna swap out the 5 with a 2 for 2
Mhm.
pairs.
Yep.
And so that's 4, 10, 18. Does that hit?
Yeah, because it's against the spell difficulty, which is 15.
Alright, so that's 3 damage. Unless it's
Yeah, 2 pushes as well if you want.
wild attacks. Actually, okay, I didn't get any 15s, so never mind. So here's second attack from Gremlin.
Do you want to push it back as well?
You know, yeah, sure. Push it back.
You push it all the way to the back of the room if you want.
Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, swap out the 2 with the 3. That's a pair. Oh, wow, you know what? I'm just gonna. Just okay, calm down. I'm gonna re-roll the 3s. The 2 my 2 humor dice and my 2 and those 2 in my crib, the 3 and the 2. Because those weren't. That's not great, and I got plenty of points. Ooh, calm down, baby. Okay, so I'm gonna put the 10 in. Well, okay, so the first 2 are in the new crib, and then the 8 and the 2 are the new humor, right? We'll go with. So I'm gonna put the 10's in there, so that gives me 8, 9, 10, and then I'm going to put the 6 in for the 3. Oh well, actually no, I'm just gonna keep the 6 and the 10. That's optimal. So I get 8, 9, 10, and then I get a 15.
Yeah.
So 5 damage.
Yeah.
On that. For sure. Yeah. Because it's definitely gonna hit.
And knocks them down as well, doesn't it?
And then I get one more swing with this gremlin. Oh, come on.
Well, you got a 6, 7, 8, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
You know what? Well, no, even better. 7, 8, 7, 8.
No, I think if you do, because you want.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna re-roll the virtue. I'm gonna re-roll the virtue dice.
Well, yeah, he's already knocked down, isn't he? So I suppose you're not worried about.
Yeah, I mean, and with this way, I can like utterly mince him with 15s.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so that would be. Actually, wait, I might not even need to re-roll the virtue dice. So that's a 1. I get 8 from my 4 15s.
Yeah.
And then. So it's 12 from my 15s and pairs. So that's 13 plus 8, 21. That'll hit.
Yeah, that'll hit anyway, yeah.
And that will be 3. I think. Ow!
4 15s, was it? So.
I believe it's plus 2 for each.
Yeah,
is the modifier.
Yeah. So
that's
8,
plus. That's 11.
Yeah. So and again, just kind of erupts in a shower of springs and pods. Crikey!
Oh,
short
man.
work of him.
Oh man, I love this gremlin. It's the best thing. He just goes to town on things.
You finally got the good rolls that.
The good rolls. I got the good rolls when it counted.
Right. So I'll not have you sort of make any rolls. Get to the end. So. The sorts of things that you find. So in here you find some sort of notebooks that are written in a special sort of code. But I don't know if you managed to break the code yourself, or maybe you take it to an external sort of cipher expert who is able to crack it for you.
Right.
But basically, the books are written by somebody called the Lord of the, and there are notes about these different things that this character has been doing, like different kind of clockwork devices that they've been making. And it looks like there's kind of quite a lot of different things going on. There's that the Lord of the Below is performing all sorts of different strange experiments on people and using clockwork devices to collect blood samples from people and to inject them with different humours to sort of try and see what happens, and it's like that they're trying to understand human behaviour in a very sort of strange and sadistic manner.
And if you want to find out what happens next, you'll have to buy the adventure pack from Drive-Thru RPG.
Yeah, and so that is just one of the 8 scenarios in it, and in the book, and they're designed to be kind of into and done within each other and mixed in. So I could have, if we were playing a more long-term game, there's monsters lurking in the sewers that kind of could have come out. There's a gang of thieves that are you could run into a patrol and have some sort of encounters with them see what's going on. There's that young nobleman zombie-like that you saw sort of wandering the sewers. You find out who he is and find out what's gone on with him and why he's like that. You can find out why the doctor was murdered and who's responsible for that, exactly.
All sorts of stuff.
All sorts of stuff. So loads of kind of things to find out in that adventure.
Maybe I'll pick it up and maybe I'll run it on the channel for a full thing. But until then, we will thank Ben here for being on with us. Thank you for showing us Newtonium Engine. It's really cool. I am surprised at how slick the system is, frankly.
Oh, thank you. I'm always a bit nervous about trying it out. I mean, it's the sort of system I like, because I like kind of fairly kind of crunchy, complex systems, and I always worry, particularly with that dice rolling thing. But I always kind of find whenever I do it with people that that dice rolling mechanic seems quite complicated, but you do get your head around it fairly quickly.
Yeah, it's like it seemed really weird, and I was like, is this going to be really swingy? Because I've seen other games use die mechanics derived from other things, most infamous I think is calm down, is Cthulhu Tech's poker dice, which was the swingiest I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Where it's like, if you got a run, you would add it up, and I'm like, oh no. But this is nice and balanced, and it's got sort of that gaminess to it that I find very appealing in tabletop games.
Yeah.
And my baby's freaking out, so I'm gonna end it here. Thank you all for watching. Tune in next time. Maybe we'll do some more Newtonium Engine on the channel. Until then, thanks for watching, and tune in next time. We'll see you later. Link for Newtonium Engine is in the description. Check it out. Bye for now. All right, and now we're not live.